Is it working? It should be working. It should be. Wait, let me check. Yep, it's working. Yay. Wow! Welcome. I don't know. Welcome. I'm Equinox Eterna, and welcome to this stream. This is a bowling stream, GFL2, Zhaohui. Zhaohui time. So, I have a lot of things here. So let's do this first. Because as a professional streamer, I'm doing almost every stupid thing before doing something normal. Dispatch. Do the dailies, hoping that someone will get in here and watch the mission. Wait, what? Oh, I forgot. I should put this on Twitter or something. Uh, I'm messing up. I'm messing up. No secure. And yeah, we're fine with it. Right, wait. Now I'm fine with it. So let's do dailies first before anyone. Just waiting for anyone to join. There's nothing here. Absolutely nothing here. Devastating as hell. What do we have in events? Silver Whispers. Oh yeah, for cleaning the trial for Zhaohui, trial for Klukai, the skin, that wonderful skin, and the event. Let's leave Platoon for the last. So, commissions. What else do I have? Maki. Cute Maki, as always. Now, a little bit of gifts. Quotas. Oh. Okay, I have enough. Yes. No, combat exercise. fairly easy, fairly fast. It's not like I'm even trying, right? It's Gentleman Pact, so we don't even need to try it. For the other one, for military simulation, that's when we can go all out. But and today, see, right now, we can play it maybe, but nah. Another one. And the last one. To give someone a defense victory. Y estamos. We are ready. Yay. We are actually ready for this, right? Yep. 60. And we are done. Wait. Okay. What do we have here? Those are like 110, I guess. So I don't need a weapon. I have enough classified manuscripts. If I get Zhaohui fairly fast, I can try to get more copies of Klukai. Else, I'll better wait for Springfield. So, what do we have here? Oh, 10. Yeah, let's try. Nothing important. And a bunny. Okay, let's go for Zhaohui. Nothing. Absolutely nothing in the first. Not even at all. This is a Pecheneg? Yeah. And a Spas. Sportivo calibre 12. Yeah. Another one. Nothing. Again. Escape. Así es. The normal one, not even the standard. The retired. Oh! Ho! Oh! Okay. Let's see. It's caliber 12. Another caliber 12. Another OTS 14. OTS 14. Caliber 12. Woo! Woohoo! Only 30. Yeah, I can still go for the B1. Or nah, let's try for Klukai. And the rest is for Springfield. or for whatever the next thing that comes. It probably would be Springfield, but yeah. Wait, where's Klukai? What does the V1 gives her? Damage deal to targets inflicted with toxic infiltration. Okay, its target is not killed for this damage, it allows to trigger the undead effect. Oh! At the end of action of the unit which receives this effect, the infiltrator applies toxic infiltration to enemy units with these 3 tails that do not have toxic infiltration. Toxic infiltration, toxic infiltration, toxic infiltration. Upon death is explosion. Yeah, let's try. Because Klukai is always good. More Klukai is always good. Let's hope to win the 50-50 again. Nothing. Nemesis. Nice. Another 10. Nothing. Model arm. This is EK Alpha? No, Robinson. Double A. Nice. I hope the double A blessed this roll. No, nothing. A. This a 416. What the hell? I count for 16. What does it? Active attack hits 2 or more targets. The damage dealt is increased by 10. Only for AO is. Let's go again. A. This is QBC. Okay, and now we're getting close to the end. And it's another low roll. What's this? These are different, right? Or are the same? No, they're different. For another for 16. Now we are done. Either it's Klugai or not, this is the last. Anagant, retired arm, retired QBC, retired 416, retired Pecheneg, retired MP7, retired 416, a Trillion rifle, and Nagant. I'm using Nagant. Well, fuck you too. Maldita sea. Yep, it is indeed a truly pro momento. Fuck. And it was on the low pity. Holy hell. Let's see. Feeling full by 10%. to cover the entire map. No longer. I still don't have enough. Well, and we're only at the start of the month. This is awful. I have my A here. With attachments. This is the good attachment. I need to reroll it up another 2 times or something. And this is. Wait, what the? I have 2 of the good ones. But. Hey, I have another one. Let's do it again. Again. Attack and crit damage. I don't lose too much. And it's only for stationary. If I need to use it in the ghost smoke, I rather use it in the formation thingy with a better set. I have to level her up. Zhaohui. 60. And level her up. And let's see the unlock. This is the full one. The gacha banner one. Okay. But first, the important thing. Of course. Why shouldn't? She doesn't have any animation on her back. On the front? I mean, the weapon she has, probably. Knife. Nothing on the legs, nothing on the back. The head. In the front, she only has the floating one. Or? Yes. What the hell? What is this render? Holy sights. Nothing. Nothing. Huh? No, she has. She has a cute animation for the face. Yay! No. Where's the level up? A little bit more, at least until 60. 40. Expansion. Training. Expansion. And training. Yay. Let's go to the dorms. What does she has? She's reading a Sabrina manga. That was foreshadowing. Fit. Okay. Good. Amazing. Great. Quality. Signing out. What the hell is she watching? What in the world is she watching? Signing out. Well, I guess. Well, it's worth it. The skin is worth it. Only 4. Yeah, it's worth it. Dork. Ah, she's training at dinner gate. Ah! POV, you're the dinner gate. Yep. So that was lucky, unlucky, balanced it out. Really balanced it out. So let's play the event. Frontline survivors, do we have Maki, Sabrina, and A. Troop commission. Oh, this is the search. Battle. And equipment analysis. Another, and what it? The box. I also got the box. This is the thingies, and this is the store. Oh, 6 chips. 6 cores, 6 chips. Nice. Entonces 6 Zhaohui. Damn you, Mika, and your preferential treatment. So let's play. Right? Oh, I already have. How many? 9. Huh? And it's overfaller. Oh no, overfaller. Well, it's a small event, I guess. I'm not going to voice act this one. Well, Oh, my throat almost exploded with this. With a deafening screech, the doors of the intercontinental train car slowly rained open. A green-tinted figure rides the flow of the crowd into the cabin and quickly strides over to her cramped window seat. I'm on the train. I'll be back once the request is complete. Diane will manage the squad affairs while I'm away. I will also urge everyone to rationally consider my proposal. Okay, Shadow. Shadow X. Bye, go work or something. Anda a chambear. Agarra esa pala y dale duro. After sending the message to the squad chat group, Zhaohui puts down her com terminal and turns her gaze outside the train window. Somewhere in a place where she cannot see, a gigantic MBV is encamped in the wilderness over 10 kilometers away from the supply station. Just then, metal shooters close over the armored glass windows of the cabin, obscuring everything from view. With nothing to look at, Zhaohui shifts her gaze to look inside the cabin. More and more people file into the cabin, filling up the seats around her. Soon there's a loud whistling as the fully loaded train lurches into motion, gradually picking up speed as it pulls out of this tiny civilization. And also away from the Elmo. 1 week ago, about the Elmo. The Elmo has set off once again after the mission to render emergency assistance to 404. We're heading towards El Bib to keep with our promise with Kalina. Ever since we got caught off in this crazy commission, the masterminds hidden within the shadow have gradually come to the fore. As a result, the agreement that has bound me for 10 years has begun to lapse. Oh, this is Shigeru speaking. Let me... As a result, the agreement that has bound me for 10 years has begun to lapse, and the number of those who just so happen to return to the Elmo has grown as well. While meeting old friends again is always a joyous occasion, it does lead to some awkward moments at times. For instance, a herd of upshares in a place like this. Upshares. They are hares, not shares. They are hares. Damn you. That does seem to be the case. What should we do about them, Commander? 3 minutes ago, I was chatting idly with the others when I got a report from my link. The Elmo encountered a herd of ops hares while cruising across the landscape. I reflexively began issuing orders to the dolls around me in order to get us into action quickly and minimize the damage to the MBV's undercarriage. Satorese, Macchiato guard the forward engine. Most of the squad will cover the rear. Dayan, Xiangyu, and Zhaohui. Flank from behind and pick off any upshares that approach. Yahoo! What? I know this is something German, but I. Jawohl, Jawohl. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Understood. Time for me to show my stuff. As I finish giving orders, the dolls play in the affirmative, one after another. The sole exception is the doll in green before me, who's stroking her knife as she quirks up an eyebrow. Am I a part of Am I a part of this operation too? I smile sheepishly as I look at her. Well, am I? After realizing what I have done, I look at Zhaohui, and the embarrassed smile fades from my face. During the years since I left Griffin, Diane, Xiangyu, and C775, C75, who hadn't arrived in time to vet me, found each other in the contamination zones, started traveling together, and eventually formed a bandcamp tactical squad, Monsoon Squad. When Diane and Xiangyu come to my aid, Zhaohui, the leader of the Monsoon Squad, accompanied them without complaint. Strictly speaking, however, she and her squad are not part of the Alma, and as such, have no authority over her or any right to give her orders. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Ah, again! I'm sorry. I started barking orders without realizing it, and I didn't seek your opinion on the matter. Still, this is something of an emergency, so would you mind if I borrow two of your members for the time being? Naturally, if you were willing to help out too. I don't mind at all. As the saying goes, when in Rome, don't do as the Romans do. That said, Monster Squad has not conducted many unit operations with other tactical units in the past, so we're not really used to it. Oh, what do you mean you're not used to it? Just stay on the Elmo for a few more days and you'll be right at home. Yang Yu walks over with a cheerful smile on her face and pats Zhaohui on the shoulder. The commander's super rusty, super trustworthy, When it comes to fighting, just leave everything to him. Right. Let's go then. Zhaohui nods and says no more. She follows Yang Yu and the others as they jog down the corridor. As I watch her eye-catching green silhouette shrink into the distance, I shake my head. Grossa hears me and approaches, tactical tablet in hand. Commander, shall we hold a welcome party for the Monsoon Squad? I just checked. We have some decoration left over in the storeroom. No, let's leave the welcome party for later. We still don't know what the Monsoon thinks about all this. And CC75 isn't with them either. It will be very awkward if they end up declining our offer. In that case, what if we have Monster Squad put on a guerrilla performance? They just finished an emergency reinforcement mission, so having them put a show will be a way for them to relax. You can use it as an opportunity to have a good chat with the rest of Monsoon too. That does sound like it's worth a try. Can you help me make the arrangements, Grossa? Just leave it to me. Oh yeah, Commander. There's one more thing. She hands me her tablet. The screen shows a new email from Brief. Investigate unusual barjagger activity. Brief sure know how to saddle me with more work. Can we not take this one? We barely just scrape it together these few days of free time. But Commander, the payout for this commission is the biggest we recently gotten. And besides, Brief hands out commission based on a contractor's previous performance. Let me guess, we're in the red again. Most perceptive, Commander. We spent a lot on that operation to assist 404. And now that we have more people on the Alma, we may have to throw ourselves on miscanning Mercy when we arrive in Elbib. That is right. It will be a mercy if we actually make it to Elbib in the first place. Take care of this commission too. We'll head out once Monsoon Squad does their show. Understood. Understood, Shikigan. 2 days ago, on the Elmo, the lounge is packed with people even though it's close to midnight. Monsoon Squad's fierce guerrilla life has descended in a resounding success. Marvelous! Your dancing was magical, Yang Yu. I took Miss the young kissing music was moving too. I prefer Miss Zhaohui's Sona accompaniment. The solemn at the end was quite stirring. About hearing people praise them, Yang Yu puffs up her chest with a smug look on her face. How's that, Commander? I did well, didn't I? Yes, you did. My hands are actually sore from clapping. Hehe, too bad we couldn't do the complete show because Faye isn't here. If all of Monsoon were here and we had Faye to play the drums for us, what really brings the house down. Isn't that right, BCs? Shall we? Yang Yu merely grabs the young with one hand and Zhaohui with the other, placing herself between. Yes, I do hope Faye will be able to return soon. My dear sister being rather listless while handling the drums without Faye around to be her sparring partner. Every member of Monsoon truly is indispensable. The young smiles and squishes Yang Yu's cheek. In contrast, Zhaohui puts the swan away and silently steps away from the group. That would depend on the circumstances. At times, removing an unnecessary cord improves the piece as a whole. What's that supposed to mean? Since when Dixie mixes put unnecessary stuff into her work? There aren't any Musu compositions, but the same doesn't necessarily apply to others. Zhaohui shoots me a meaningful look. Huh? What do you mean others? You're just looking for a reason to slack off, aren't you? Pixies, see what she's doing. Yang Yu pouts in annoyance, but Zhaohui pays her no further heed, merely nodding to me an acknowledgement before leaving the group entirely. She finds a quiet corner and begins looking at her communications terminal. The lounge is warmly lit and full of life, yet the green figure seems to radiate an aura that deters others. Occasionally, curious dolls try to approach her, but in the end they are driven off by Zhaohui's cold intensity. I should take this opportunity to speak with Zhaohui. After making up my mind, I begin heading toward her. However, the sleepiness, the sleepiness is hitting me. After making up my mind, I begin heading toward her. However, right as I do so, Zhaohui suddenly puts her terminal away and approaches me instead. Commander, Commander, are you free? There's something I'd like to discuss with you. Hmm. Of course. In fact, I was just about to speak to you. Zhaohui raises an eyebrow in surprise. I'll get right to it then. Commander, I would like to leave the Elmo for a while. Pardon? Please don't get me wrong. This is purely a personal matter. A friend of mine needs my help with a commission, and I think that it's a good chance to consider the future. For you, me, and Musung Squad. Zhaohui words take me completely by surprise. Still, she has a point. This is a good chance for her to take some time and consider the future of Musung Squad. By all means, I have no objection to that. Tapiness. Thank you, Commander. That's all I have to say. You said you wanted to speak to me? All the words I had in mind seems to lose all meaning in the face of Zhaohui's calm expression. Oh well, perhaps now is not the right time. It's nothing. We can talk about it when you get back. Since you're heading out, you should talk to your teammates about it. After giving up on the idea of having an in-depth conversation with Zhaohui, I nod her to and leave the lounge. Lounge. Zhaohui watches the commander leave, and then she turns her gaze to Xiang Yu and Dayan, who are in the middle of a throng of dolls. Should she interrupt the slowly gathering now? Zhaohui wonders. However, Dayan seems to sense Zhaohui looking at her, and she soon exits the group approach later. Zhaohui, what were you talking about with the commander just now? He was just saying hello. Was he? You seem rather subdued tonight for some reason. Are you still not used to this place? I apologize for not being considerate. It was my fault for asking you to come all the way out here with us. There is a worried look on Dayan's face, as though she already knows what's waiting on Zhaohui's hair. However, Zhaohui dismisses it with a slight shake of her head. You don't have to apologize. We're a team, and it's only natural that we should travel together. Trusting in you was also a collective decision, and Faye would have come too if she were able. Thank you. With that being said, would you like to meet some of my past friends? With Gurasa mentioned she hoped tonight will help you get acquainted with everyone, but it appears to have inconvenienced you instead. Zhaohui shakes her head again. There's no need for that. We still have a lot of time. We don't have to rush things. After this roundabout refusal, the two of them briefly fell silent. Zhaohui once again glances towards the center of the lounge, where Yang Yu is happily discussing the finer points of her performance with several of the Elmo dolls in the space that was cleared out for the show. She contemplates her words for a moment, and then she speaks again. What do you plan to do after this? Will you stay on the Elmo? What do you plan to... Zhaohui, are you saying you're not going to stay with us? I am simply unsure as to whether remain here is the right choice. Monsoon Squad ought to be like the wind, shall we not? Constantly on the move, constantly setting out on new travels. At the very least, that was what I believed when I first agreed to become the leader. Zhaohui. Hey, big sis, Zhaohui, what's going on? You would look so serious. Let me in on it too. Ah, water. Yeah. Upon seeing the Yang and Zhaohui whispering to each other, Yang Yu immediately excuses herself and scampers over, inserting herself between the two of them. Xiang Yu, we are discussing Muson's future. Zhaohui doesn't give Diane the chance to soften the blow. If we remain on the Elmo, then will Mulsoon still be Mulsoon? I want to know what you and Faye think about all this. Of course we will. Mulsoon is the same anywhere we go, right? No. Wait. What are you talking about? This all of a sudden? And what did you bring Faye into this? What are you getting at, Zhaohui? After her outburst, Xiang Yu glances over at Diane's frowning face, and understands gradually dawns on her. Ah, wait! Are you saying you want to break up, Munsun? Xiang Yu's sudden exclamation draws a few curious looks from the nervy dolls. Xiang Yu grabs Zhaohui by the shoulders and starts shaking her, not daring to believe her ears. Zhaohui remains silent, neither nodding nor shaking her head. But why? We are a team, aren't we? Even if you're the leader, you can't just decide to break up just like that. Yes, Zhaohui, even if you are not used to the Elmo. Calm down and listen to me. I didn't say I was going to break up soon. Zhaohui calmly raises her terminal and shows to the two of them. I might be the squad leader, but I have never once felt that Monsoon fate is meant to decide. I know that the Elmo and the Commander have a place in your hearts, just as I know Monsoon has a place in yours. Therefore, what I put forward was merely a suggestion, one that requires Faye involvement as well. Let me see. Xiang Yu studies the terminal and finds the latest message in the squad's group chat. I would like you to decide on the future of Monsoon Squad roster before I finish my commission. Huh? Wait, what commission? Did Monsoon Squad get a new commission? No, not Monsoon Squad, just me. I received a personal request from an old friend just now. Do you remember Amida? That name sounds familiar. Ah, isn't she that broken friend of yours who saved you and helped fix up your frame? Indeed. She asked me to help bodyguard a friend of hers. I checked the location and the commission, and it's located in a nearby city. It's just a few hours away by train. Huh? So you're going to run off by yourself to handle a commission and you're leaving us there to what? Decide whether you're staying or going? Shall we? Don't we even need to think about this? Shall you? Of course you do. Monsoon has never encountered a situation like this before, and I believe that we all need to take some time to think about it. In any case, I have already spoken to the commander about leaving the Elmo for the time being. I see. So that the change just now was... Did the commander agree to it? Zhaohui nods. Alright, I understand. Big sis, Ne-chan. Yang Yu tucks unhappily on Diane's sleeve, but later merely nods. It seems she has accepted Zhaohui's suggestion. In that case, how much time will we have to decide? Zhaohui turns to look at Diane. Her expression seems much more composed in contrast to Diane's worried look and Yang Yu's scowling face. Not too long. The commission will be 2 weeks long. I hope that when we meet again, we'll be able to make a decision that none of us will regret. And that's the start. How many? It's a lot. 3. Well, there's only 3. Rather than trying to sweet talk the refugee, perhaps eliminating the competition will be more efficient. Another plan. A possibility is certainty. We shall meet in the end. I'm gonna go for water, for a little bit of water, and come back fast. Water. Agüita. Agüita para refrescar la garganta. Let's go. And it's freaking cold, so tap, tap, tap. This crisp sound of blah. The crisp sound of footsteps echoes down the alley. Zhaohui follows the address displayed on her terminal and turns a corner into yet another rundown alley. The already poor lighting is obscured further by the tall, crumbling walls around her, making the cramped alley appear even more oppressive. Had I identified the troop really located here? However, Zhaohui comes to a halt as she eyes her surroundings in suspicion before checking the terminal again. However, the terminal indicates that the blinking icon of her destination is close by. It looks like they are. Still, this commission is Amida is really 2 days ago, Delmo. Zhaohui's terminal has been vibrating through the show. Upon noticing the name blinking on the screen, Zhaohui quickly excuses herself and leaves. After finding a quiet corner, Zhaohui takes the call. What's the matter, Amida? Zhaohui, are you free? Can you help bodyguard a friend of mine? Her sister Trope is going on a tour in the Yellow Zones for a couple of weeks, but she's been really unlucky lately and keeps getting harassed by weirdos, so I'm a little worried. I wanted to hire a PMC squad to protect her, but she said the Trope couldn't afford to hire security. And they were worried that the security people would interfere with the performance because they don't know how about showbiz. Plus, she said she didn't want me to pay and basically just shut down all my suggestions. So I thought, and when I knew that I could fight and understood this other stuff, and in the end, only you came to mind. But if she won't accept bodyguards, then how am I supposed to protect her? Hehe, I got a brilliant plan. Just say you're a friend of mine and that you want to join her too as an assistant to gain some performance experience. She's a nice person, and I'm sure she'll say yes if she hears that a friend needs help. I didn't say I was free to take the commission. Hehe, but you answered me. That means you're definitely open to it. Her name is Aida. This is where she and her troop are staying for the time being. Please help me out. I'll pay you for this. You don't have to. It will be doing you a favor. After ensuring that the address is correct, Zhaohui heads into the depth of the twisted alley. Just then, a scream comes from within. But no, that was wrong. That was absolutely wrong. No, I can't. I can't scream on low volume. The panic shriek seems especially loud in the dark confines in the alley. Zhaohui breaks into a sprint as she runs towards the source of the sound, but then she sees a dark shape suddenly burst out of the shadows and dark past her. Help! He took my bag! Stop him! Before the voice finished speaking, Zhaohui has already turned around and is hot on the heels of the robber. The robber clearly doesn't expect Zhaohui to catch up so soon and pulls out a knife, swinging it wildly at her. Zhaohui nimbly evades the slashing knife and kicks away before grabbing the robber arm with lightning speed. With a quick reversal of her grip to take him off his feet, she slams him to the ground and picks him there. Ah! Ow, ow, ow! That hurts! Zhaohui ignores the robber's cries of pain and unwinds the cloth from her arm, using it to hog-tie the man. After that, she picks up the bag the robber was holding and heads back into the depths of the alley. There is a boy there who is struggling to get to his feet. A hat lies before him on the dusty alley ground. Zhaohui walks up to him and then picks up the hat before stuffing it and the bag into the boy's hands. Here, your things. Huh? Huh? Yes. The boy is clearly still shocked as he numbly accepts his belongings from her. Zhaohui gently passes his shoulder, like she's trying to console him. It's okay. Just catch your breath. I'll contact the police and they'll send someone over to take care of this soon. Thank you. After hugging his back and panting heavily for a bit, the boy finally managed to calm down. He stands up, dusts himself off, and puts his hat back on his head before bowing slightly to Zhaohui. Thank you very much for your help just now. In stark contrast to his static clothes, the boy's voice is clear and compelling. Don't worry about it, it was nothing. Still, why did you come here by yourself? Do you live here? I guess, sort of. The truth is, I came here to collect inspiration. I'm from an acting troupe. We have a play which we are going to perform while doing a charity tour in the Yellow Zone. But my God told me that there was room for improvement. So I asked everyone in the troupe to come here to tell in the surroundings so we could understand the audience better. See? I look just like a Yellow Zoner, right? Well, you don't look like the Yellow Zone residents I've seen before. See, everyone in the troupe was saying that this outfit was perfect for the female lead to wear while traveling in the Yellow Zone. The female lead? Zhaohui scans the boy again. Yep, our play is about two girls becoming friends and adventuring in various parts of the world. No, no, what I wanted to ask is, you're a girl? The boy blinks, then reaches up to his hat. She removes it and a shock of soft combed hair spills out as she laughs merrily. Yep, 100% girl right here. Looks like my immersive style of cultural inspiration was a great success. Immersive style? Hmm, this outfit might look rigid and all, but it's our actual stage costume. I'm wearing this so I can get into the character more easily. Still, I didn't expect to get Robin until I look so destitute. Just my luck, I guess. Although, when you think about it, it's quite common for people in this area to get robbed too. Maybe I should try and work this part into the script as well. The girl pulls out her terminal and quickly notes it down. The girl's panic from just now seems to fade as she gets more and more into her immersive cultural inspiration. In the only when she finally finishes maxing her notes that she realizes there's someone beside her, waiting patiently. Huh, I'm sorry, I ended up getting out of the way and babbling nonsense. You must have been bored, right? I mean, thank you very much for what you just did now. I'm an actor from the Talia troupe. May I know who you? Hello, I'm Zhaohui. Zhaohui holds out a hand to her, a thin, slightly rigid curve to at the corners of her lips. Do you know perhaps Miss Aida of the Talia troupe? Eh? And that's what happened, manager. What do you think of Miss Zhaohui? Can she join us? She comes highly recommended by the broker friend of mine. After returning to the troops' temporary quarters, the girl explains Zhaohui's circumstances to the troop manager. The manager gives Zhaohui's CV a once over and is very pleased by it. I didn't expect you to be adult with both stage and combat experience, Miss Zhaohui. Is that broker friend of yours who's vouching for her? The one who burst into tears while watching our previous show? If I'm not wrong, her name sounded like yours something. Da? Yeah, that's her, yes. Her name is Amida. She might be small, but she's a big figure in the underground broker business. Yes, I remember her. The contamination sounds really do very talented people. The manager looks at Zhaohui. To be honest, we're really hurting for manpower for this tour. Anyone with plenty of experience and who can handle many roles is more than welcome to join us, dull or otherwise. However, this is a charity tour in the contamination zones. We won't be making much in the way of fees, and the total budget is, well, your salary might be. It's alright, I'm here to get experience, being paid for it is secondary. I'm glad that doesn't bother you. So is that a yes, manager? Of course. Frankly speaking, I need to thank you for joining us in such short notice, Miss Zhaohui. The troop manager looks at Zhaohui and holds out a welcoming hand. Glad to have you with us, Miss Zhaohui. The Triad troop welcomes you. Beside the manager, Aida laughs and pats Zhaohui on the shoulder. Yep. We'll be travel buddies going forward, Miss Zhaohui. And let's play. what should we? I haven't used Zhaohui in the last event, so here, so we don't need healers. Zhaohui is water doll, so Sabrina. Any single other units eliminates two enemy units in this battle. Lost no more than 2 units. And who else? Who else? Who else? Let's use Nagant. Oh, okay, now. Another Sakuman. Wait, why is Grosa here? Select one empty tile within 6 tiles and summons one imperturbable arrow, dealing AoE damage, ether damage equal to 90% of attack to all enemy targets with 2 tiles of the imperturbable arrow, and applies presence of mind for 2 turns. When the holder of this debut takes damage, heals the attacker HP equal to 20% of the damage dealt. Consider a Hydra debut. Yeah, let's just hit Grosa with it. Shadow Strike. She has too much mobility. Sparkling Finale. Let's get this out. The boof. She's healing everyone. This dinner gate. No, the far ones. And can I hit Beyblade? Yes, I can hit Beyblade. Super dinner gate. I'll done it. And another one. I just remembered that I have not unlocked the keys on Zhaohui. Damage stats, pretty meh. Confirm. Let's go for to put some keys on her, at least 2. I don't have enough to put more, so. Where is she? She's here. Yeah. Exclusive keys? No. This at least. Attack boost, health boost. What do I have here? Crit rate. Attack defense, attack boost, defense boost. Yep. And Neural Helix. Activate the nodes to have stats. Crit damage. Oh. Attack defense. And this one enhancement. Stability damage taken. Now, before using support, action support. Okay. Using the active skill Wondrous Acumen, Zhaohui gains 1 stack of Quick Barrier. Wondrous Acumen is the This one? Yeah, the quick barrier knocks the target back by 2 tiles. This might be useful. Any imperturbable arrows on the field restores 10 HP of Zhaohui's 10% of Zhaohui's HP at the end of the action. Increase damage deal against target with either debuff by 10. When this active skill Shadow Snare hits only one target, it deals 1 extra instance of fixed damage equal to 10% and applies damp for 2 turns. Shadow Snare. What's the build? Let me. Shall we? Weakness exposed, of course. Shadow Snare. Using the active skill, Wondrous Acumen gains 1 stack of quick barrier and knocks the target back by 2 tiles. And spell buffs. Okay, let's get the classes 2 buffs. 1. Shadow Snare. No, this one. 2%. Okay, Shadow Snare. I don't like it that much, but it might be useful. And any imperturbable arrows on the field restores no using the active skill Wondrous Acumen knocks the target. This is the most useful of all of them. Like the only one with utility. Increase damage and the cleans. This is fine. Now, before the gun smoke, I need to prepare Tololo a little bit more. I have all of the keys unlocked. Claim. No. Let's claim this one. Using Supernova Impact, if an allied unit performs a super attack before skill activation, applies a stun. Well, it's not that good, but the stats are the important one. Advanced activation. Yes. When Confectance Index is below max, increases damage dealt by 7%. Oh, this is good. This one is good. Because the only time that it's not active is on the first turn. And I have to unlock Sabrina's too. I have 3. I need 4 more. 4 more cores from the past and the event. And the Wiggles, of course. And after that, this one, dealing for nothing, actually. But this one is important. Damage dealt by counterattacks change to Hydro damage. If this triggers any Hydro tile effect, it no longer removes the tile effect. Every time counterattack is performed, damage taken off Sabrina is reduced by 5%, stacking up to 30%, lasting for 2 turns. Wait. I forgot something. Zhaohui is still down here. Why? Wait. Don't tell me. This has not... I haven't upgraded this. Well. Let's try. 100. Pretty lame. This is better. And... well, I'm out of gold. The 100%. Wow! Wow, that's a god roll. I wish it was for something else and not this half-faced attachment. Hydro boost. I have nothing with crit rate attack. For this one, no. No, 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 no. No, no. No, 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 no. Damn it be everything. 1990? Okay. This one is attack and attack boost. Okay, for every one tile move, it ignores 5 of the target defense up to a maximum of 25. If movement exceeds 5 tiles, cleanses one random buff from the target before attacking. Okay. Wait. Sublimations. I have something here. Important expansion drill. No. Milsim. No. Combat exercise. Nothing. I already did that. Expansion drill. The PVA. I already did them. Did all of them. Boss fight not important right now. Let's get up with this. Story. The Talia's troop convoy pulls slowly into the settlement and comes to a halt amid slow cheering. A vehicle door opens and the troop dismounts, depositing huge crates on a patch of open ground. The girl at their head gives everyone present a breezy greeting. The wrinkles between Zhaohui's eyebrows soften a little as she takes it to the boisterous cross-eyed. She drags a couple of heavy crates from the cargo bed and follows after the girl. Where are we putting the crates? Just put them beside the advertisement billboards for now. Zhaohui, those crates are kinda heavy, aren't they? You should let the props department move them. That's alright, it's no trouble for me. As she says so, Zhaohui hosts the crates into a large circular clearing that's ringed by a fence of wooden posts and old rope. She lays the crates in the center of the space reserved for the stage, then bends down to straighten a bunch of simple-looking cardboard billboards. Said billboards were made just for the show. Their pitted surfaces are covered in huge, eye-catching letters. This day breaks out, play is now on tour. As she sees what Zhaohui is doing, the girl laughs, and heads over to help. You're way too nice. Well, we took you on an assistant. You ended up doubling as an escort and took out all those elites too. That must have been hard. You don't need to take on all these other tasks as well. Not at all. I'm helping myself by doing that too. There aren't many troops out there who welcome dull assistance, and I like more show experience myself. Don't say that. You know what they say, so trouble is it? We're lucky enough to have people wanting to help out. We don't have the right to be picky. Speaking of which, are you trying to build up this experience because of that band of yours? I remember Amida said something about monsoon or something. What is his name? Going wherever you please, Lady Wind. You must have been to a lot of places in the past, right? Zhaohui hands freeze mid-movement, but only for a moment. Yes, we have been to many satellite cities. So you get to travel and perform with your friends. I'm so envious. Ida smiles, then sighs quietly. For some reason, there's a hint of sadness in her expression. Miss Ida? Hmm? Is something wrong? Besides that, aren't you traveling with a troop too? Yeah, everyone here is a friend of mine. But there are times when I wish I had a closer friend. When I wish I had a closer friend around. Well, let's leave that aside for now. I suddenly remember that it's going to be a while before rehearsals, so could you do me a favor, Miss Zhaohui? What do you need? Ada pulls a copy of the script and her com terminal from her bag. Well, I hear one of the residents says there was an abandoned town around here, not far from our car or from our camp. Could you accompany me there? I'd like to take this opportunity to gather more inspiration about the Yellowstone. I'm sure the manager and the others will feel better with you around, right, manager? Ida waves to the manager who's fairly close by. After seeing her sunny smile, the manager has no choice but to wave back. Go ahead, but don't take too long and stay safe. I'll be fine with Miss Zhaohui around, don't worry. let's head out then, Miss Zhaohui. Or Jeep is on the way. Follow me. Eliminate all enemies. Eliminate at least 2 enemy units within the first 3 turns. Okay, I suppose. Mm, baila, Yoji, baila. Mm, bailecito para todos. Charge. And hit. Mm. Xiaohui's mobility is out of this fucking world, loco. Yep, here. And teleport here. Huh? Here? Yeah. Screech. In keeping with Ida's request, Zhaohui brings the jeep to halt on the streets of the abandoned town. The moment, the moment it stops, Ida practically bursts out the door and runs over to stand in front of a cluster of ruined buildings. Now these look pretty intact. Huh. The walls on the side collapse and the pipes are all rusted through. Still, they make a good reference, along with abandoned cabling here. I should get footage on the cracks on the walls too. Ada holds her terminal up and begins recording her surroundings as she walks forward. What a shame, this town is completely ruined. I wonder why. Elites, collapse radiation, barjaggers, take your pick. Zhaohui keeps a watchful eye on the surroundings as she walks behind Ida. Still, I can see all signs of a firefight. Perhaps the resident fought barjaggers here. I see. Those barjaggers really are everywhere, aren't they? Looks like you need to know how to defend yourself when you travel in the yellow zones. Ida mood turns morose all of a sudden. However, she soon perks up and begins rattling off questions while filming her surroundings. Miss Xiaohui, since you travel with your friends all the time, you must have passed through the yellow zones quite often, right? Are your friends as awesome as you are? Yes, they are skilled in both fighting and performing. Wow, that's amazing. Then, are they on tour recently? Why didn't they come with you? They. The sudden question about why she has parted way with her friends catches Zhaohui off guard and she lapses into silence. After thinking about her answer for a bit, Zhaohui is about to speak when she hears a suspicious sound. Footsteps on a paved road, and the sound of an unfamiliar male voice speaking. Didn't you say you saw that woman leave the road with her friend? Where the hell is she? Search harder! Their jeep is right the side of the road. They can't have gotten far. Before Ida can react, Zhaohui grabs her hand and ducks behind a nearby wall with her. Zhaohui looks Ida in the eye, then shakes her head and speaks in a quiet voice. We're being followed. What? I don't know who they are, but it seems they are coming for you. There are two of them. Wait, me? Ida's body went to tremble. Sensing Ida's fear, Zhaohui gently but firmly presses down on her shoulder. Ida, have you ever seen an upside-down tortoise? The little legs flying in there as they try to get upright? What? Stay here and don't move. I'll show you now. Right as she finishes speaking, Zhaohui springs out of cover. The green flash, her bullets, and her blade streak through the air towards the two men appearing on the rubble. They are instantly thrown into disarray and stumble back to the ruined walls, completely off balance. The fuck are you running for? Shoot her! She's gone, girl! She's too fast! I can't even... Ah! A green color flash interrupts his reply with a kick, and his attempt at striking back is cut off by Emerald Knife hand strike. An Emerald Knife hand strike. The leading man goes down and Zhaohui steps in to fill the gap. Granting the knife slices through the air in front of the other man, cutting off his escape and cornering him in an instant. In less time than it takes to draw a breath, the knife edge presses against the man's throat and Zhaohui speaks coldly. Freeze! Using ropes on their jeep, Zhaohui trusses them up like turkeys and leaves them tied upside down on the roadside. She then does off her hand before lightly clapping a hand outside her shoulder. That's what she meant by the tortoise. What the hell is that sense of humor? See? Upside down tortoises. Tortoises. When we're winning any races with bunnies, that's for sure. The band men are struggling and appear to be trying to speak, but their gags prevent them from doing so. I think I manage their muffled vocalizations. As I watched them scream into their bones, the tension finally leaks from her and she laughs. I feel much better now. Thank you, Zhaohui. You're welcome. Still, who are those people? Why would they go after you? I don't know. Ida bites her lip and shakes her head. Upon seeing that Ida is completely clueless, Zhaohui walks up and pulls out the gag from one of them. Why are you following Ida? Who sent you? Our employer told us to follow the lead actress of the troupe. We're just doing this because we were paid. We don't know anything. Who hired you? It was an anonymous request made through the underground markets. How the hell would we know? Why don't you ask this chick? Who will have a grudge against her? The man's answer is direct and to the point. Zhaohui turns to look at Ida. Well, Ida? A grudge against me? Ida clenches her fists and thinks for a bit, but then she shakes her head. I'm sorry, Miss Zhaohui. I can't think of anyone. Could I be going after the troupe? I mean, I'm the lead actress. Zhaohui falls silent for a moment, then turns back to the bound men, her knife raised. However, just as Zhaohui is about to bring it to their necks, Ida suddenly steps up and talks on Zhaohui. Miss Zhaohui, please wait. Zhaohui frowns. Ida tightens her grip around Zhaohui's arm and shakes her head worriedly. You won't learn anything even if you keep questioning them, right? The show hasn't even started and the troupe will have to stay here for a while. If we end up offending someone now... Alright, I understand. Zhaohui swipes her knife through the air one more time before returning it to his sheath. The ropes binding the men come apart and the two upside-down tortoises fall heavily to the ground. Zhaohui leans against the two men jeep and easily watches the two men trying to free themselves. I'm letting you go because Ida pleaded for you. Don't let me see you again. Yes, ma'am. The two suspicious-looking men quickly drive away under Zhaohui's watchful gaze, and as she watches them leave, Ada bows. Zhaohui. I'm sorry, Miss Zhaohui. I didn't mean to stop you from looking into things just now. No need to apologize. I understand. The troupe doesn't need distraction before the show begins. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So, I have another imposition to make. Ada puts her hands together and bows slightly to Zhaohui. Could you please not tell the others about this? I don't want the others to worry about me. Uh, please. Please, Miss Zhaohui, please. In the end, Ida sincere plea triumphs over Zhaohui. Alright, I keep quiet about this. But if anything comes up that distorts the show, I'll tell the truth. Yeah, that's fine. It's a deal then. Thanks, Miss Zhaohui. Oh yeah, we should head back to our camp. The rehearsal ought to be starting soon, and we have been spending our time here as it is. Ada hurries over the jeep parked nearby. Xiaohui jogs after her, but she casts her eyes into the distance, toward the direction of the men's vehicle. These are low-level quests, fairly fast to do. And I'm waiting more time here. Okay. Night falls on the troop campsite, which was bustling with activity during the day, has come down as everyone retires to their quarters to rest. However, Xiaohui is quietly opening the door to her quarters. After quickly looking around outside and ensuring everything is normal, she surreptitiously drives away from the campsite. Her jeep races over to the wilderness, toward the abandoned town Xiaohui and Ada had visited in the day from the cultural inspiration. She parks outside the town, then dismounts before examining her surroundings on the ground. The two of them left from here. The tire tracks look new, and they match the model of their jeep in the direction they took to leave. That's right, these are the tracks. She follows somewhat indistinct tire tracks, the jeep turning here and there, stopping and starting again. Finally, Xiaohui comes to a halt outside of a secluded valley. Before her are a dozen of vehicle tracks, all leading towards the valley's mouth. What's going on here? Xiaohui parks her jeep in a secluded corner and cautiously approaches the mouth of the valley. She looks for a good vantage point, which she can use to peer deeper within. At its floor, she sees several rows of dilapidated houses. The lights illuminate the valley and the vehicles of various makes driving through it, as well as the people patrolling beside them. Even from afar, their unique style of dress instantly tells Xiaohui who they are. Barjaggers! Xiaohui frowns. Barjaggers are endemic to the Yellow Zone, so finding one of their bases isn't exactly out of the ordinary. However, the man she caught earlier today didn't seem like Barjaggers, so what exactly is going on here? Just as Xiaohui sees it into thought, she hears a sound from nearby. What? What the hell was that? Wait, where? I'm back. Wait a second. Yay. Give me a second again. Just as Zhaohui thinks it all solved, she hears a sound from nearby. We have found it, over here. Zhaohui quickly ducks behind a pile of rocks and looks at the source of the sound. A pair of figures walk through the night. The one in front appears to be a girl, and the one behind is wearing a huge coat. There seems to be something familiar about them. Zhaohui ups the output of her vision modules. But just as she's about to study them in more detail, they suddenly turns toward her. Look out! There's someone overhead! The speakers open fire, and a bullet kicks up a spray of sand at Zhaohui's feet. The girl is already running towards her. Zhaohui ducks behind a nearby wall. The fact that they have managed to spot her so easily is a clear sign that they aren't ordinary people. And normally, picking a 1-on-2 fight would not be wise. However, if the one in the back is someone important, then taking them out might be a good idea too. Upon making up her mind, Zhaohui bursts down from behind a pile of rocks and throws her grapple rope out at the coated figure. Look out! The girl immediately turns to cover Zhaohui's target, but she can swat the grapple away in time. The coated figure executes a combat roll and makes a strong spike. However, Zhaohui has already launched herself forward by now. Commander! What? Another burst of bullets dodge Zhaohui's steps, drowning out the girl's words. Zhaohui evades them with a rapid dash, and her hand tightens around her knife as she lifts forward again. The blade slashes through the fabric of the coats, and the light reflecting from the knife blade illuminates his withered face. Commander? Zhaohui? What? After a little scuffle, I explain the reason why we are here to Zhaohui. So you're saying that you're here to investigate Varjager activity in the region? Indeed. The Elmo recently got a commission to track down these Varjagers. You wouldn't have known because Grossa and I set out a little after you. According to brief, this particular band has been going all out with the killing, looting and burning, and a few were broker friends of mine have reported losing stock to them as well. They are very familiar with the terrain, and we only just managed to find their base today. But enough about us. What about you, Zhaohui? I suppose someone as capable as you must think nothing of coming to a Varjager stronghold by yourself so late at night. It was merely a coincidence that I end up here. I didn't expect that the Varjagers would have their eye on my client. Seriously, who is this client of yours anyway? She's an actress. Her troupe just arrived in a settlement yesterday and they are preparing for a show. I have no idea why the Varjagers will go after her. Perhaps it's just a misunderstanding. After all, they are a performing troupe from the Green Zone, so perhaps they appear to blank sheep to these hungry wolves. I see. Still, she only arrived yesterday, and people have already have their sights on her. It's quite surprising just how eager the Varjagers are about all this. What do you plan to do now, Commander? Are you going to wipe out this stronghold? I'm not in a hurry to do so. My assignment was to conduct a discreet investigation, so in principle, I'm just supposed to remotely observe them. The important thing is to get a feel for the overall situation, so I won't be making contact with them or entering their hideout unless I have to. And besides, it seems that these Varjagers have some kind of a boss in charge of them. They have no more than one base, so sniffing them all out is going to take a while. What a pain. Zhaohui thinks for a while. A moment later, she looks up at me. In that case, I have a proposition, Commander. Go ahead. At first, I thought that this was just an ordinary case of someone trying to intimidate my client, but things are clearly not as simple, since the situation involves the Varjagers. After taking in consideration the troops' safety, at the secret investigation you're concluding, would you be willing to join the drone protection mission for the time being and work with me? So the troop serves as both bait and cover for your investigation. It does sound like a win-win situation. Yes, also, if anything happens, the client and the troop will be safer with you and Miss Gross around. I don't mind, but the client and troop, on the other hand, I'll speak with them about it. However, the troops found are limited and they probably won't be able to pay you too well. There's no need for that. Ultimately, we're both making use of each other here. And besides, Monsoon has done the far share of free labor for me too. Are you happy with that, little Zhaohui? I chuckle and extend a friendly hand to Zhaohui. She is silent for a moment, and then she extends her hand to me, one that's covered in scars. This is strange. Since when was Zhaohui such a miser? Fixing this level of synthetic skin damage shouldn't cost as much. Before I can ask further, Zhaohui nods to me. Glad to be working with you, Commander. Yay! The Commander is back. And I have... how many? 27? 7 levels more. 7 levels. Anything the night is a time for rest was also got time for ambushes. Bloodlust abounding. Okay. Fairly fast. I guess, I suppose. Crocodile spawners, assault. Assault spawner. A crocodile. A crocodile. Let's start here. I can kill the sword. Yeah. I'll kill the sword first, so then I don't need to kill the... I mean, so the thingy will go out. Later, it has time to do so, so it's not a problem. Fairly fast. If I hit them, it's gonna go. Clank here. And there is other... No, let's kill the spawner. I keep moving forward. What was it? The spawner is far away, but I can reach. Mossing Nagan? No, she can hear. She can reach here. Crocodile. Go, die. And it's over. After returning to the campsite, the next day, Zhaohui introduces me and Groza to the troop, just in case I have a set of credentials ready to prove my identity. However, it seems my concerns were unfounded. Once we revealed that there's a Barjagger camp nearby, Zhaohui has no problem at all convincing the manager to take us on. Soon, the troop has freed up temporary bunking space for me and Groza, while Aida has cheerfully taken it upon herself to show us around. Over here, this way, please. After leading us to our quarters, Aida quickly shows us around the facilities and briefs Groza about the troop's activities. In any case, that's our performance schedule. If you guys need anything, feel free to look for me or the manager. Thank you, Miss Aida. You're welcome to look us up anytime too. After briefing us, Aida doesn't leave right away. Instead, she ends up gawking at Zhaohui, who's standing by my side. Zhaohui notices Aida's gaze and walks over to her. Aida grabs Zhaohui and pulls her aside before whispering into her ear. Miss Zhaohui, they seem pretty skilled, but that's bounty hunters. Zhaohui looks toward me from a distance. He's a reliable friend of mine. There was something fishy about that attack yesterday, so I asked him to come and help out. I see. Alright then. Still, about the attack from yesterday. Don't worry, I didn't tell the manager about it. Aida visibly relaxes and she bows to Zhaohui in gratitude. Thank you so much. I don't know how to show it, but I'm really very grateful to you. Think nothing of it. For safety's sake, I would recommend you to leave the campsite as little as possible. Sure, I won't go far. Aida leaves the room after nodding gratefully to Zhaohui. After she leaves, I smile and approach Zhaohui. Well, that's a little monsoon for you. I'm sure Diane and the others must have had a much easier time on their travels with you around. Zhaohui turns as she hears my voice. Just doing my job as a leader. Is something the matter, Commander? Something is bothering me. It seems Miss Aida doesn't understand the true identity of her attackers. That doesn't seem to concern your mission, Commander. I don't mind to pry, of course. That was just a reminder. Rather than quibble about that, I have a suggestion. This settlement seems quite lively. Would you like to walk around with me and get a picture of what's happening on the ground? Alright. After leaving the troop campsite, which is still under construction, Zhaohui and I walk down the streets of the settlement. The roads are covered in sand and gravel. The houses are run down. The people are all poor. Settlements like these are everywhere in the yellow zones. The sole difference is that the one we're staying is fairly large, which is most likely the troop choose to base themselves here. Still, the livelier a settlement is, the more likely it is to draw the Barjagar's attention. I turn my eyes outside the settlement as the thought crosses my mind. Piles of rock and drifts of sand hide the land and sky in the distance, but I know that there is a lurking threat hiding in the distant valley. Just as I am about to head outside the settlement, Zhaohui comes to halt. Commander? Mm-hmm. Why did you ask me to go with you? It is meant to be a secret investigation. There is a chance that secrecy could be breached. We're working together in this assignment, after all. It is better that we interact and get to know each other. Also, since the Yellow Zone can be pretty complicated, and I'm empty-handed right now, I'd feel better with a certain squad leader by my side. According to what I know of you, Commander, dealing with over 10 Barjagars by yourself, even without a whole squad backing you up, should be child's play for you. Besides, you have Miss Grossa too. Indeed, which is why this is only part of the reason. The other reason is you, Zhaohui. The truth is, there was something I wanted to discuss with you on the day Monsoon had their concert. Unfortunately, we didn't get the chance to do so. That day, yes, it was unfortunate that we couldn't speak. What do you wish to talk about, Commander? Monsoon and the Elmo. I know that you're the leader of the Monsoon squad, and you're not part of the Elmo. It's not easy for a gust of wind that used to freedom to have to suddenly accept a new environment. I am grateful for the fact that you're willing to stay with the Elmo for the sake of Diane and the others. They are my friends. Yes, and you're a good leader. That much goes without saying. But even though you're the leader, I can sense that you're changing too. Right now, the way you're talking to me is completely different from when Monsoon first came to help me. We want the hunters have keen noses, so feel free to talk about anything you want with me. Zhaohui does not answer. Or perhaps we could discuss it with Monsoon, if you think it would be better that way. It won't take long for them to come here from the Elmo, and there'll be extra hands for the commission. Zhaohui remains silent, her face is still blank. According to Xiangxiu, her facial actuators were damaged in combat, and as a result she does not show much in the way of facial expressions. But sometimes this poker face of hers is the perfect camouflage for her feelings. I look straight at Zhaohui, silently waiting for her to answer. Just then, I heard the sound of an argument from a nearby hovel up ahead. It's not like that, listen to me. Those letters I sent you were just... Listen! Listen to how you. If not for you, Ferris wouldn't have. No, no, Ferris, she. Look, just listen. For some reason, the bleeding girl's voice sounds strangely familiar. Zhaohui and I change looks. We nod, then we take cover nearby. Enough of this bullshit. You think I'm going to buy that goody two shoes act? You're just. It's all because you. No, no, I really don't. I know that you're someone like this. Because of you. I. Stop pretending already. Get lost. Get out of here. The argument doesn't last long. Soon, the owner of the nasty voice departs, leaving behind the sounds of quiet sobbing. It lasts for a while before gradually tapering off. Then, a familiar figure steps out from behind the wall. It is Aida, the lead actress of the Talia troupe. She rubs her tears away as she walks. Her clothes are dusty and her hair is a little mussed, probably from a scuffle just now. Zhaohui from Zhaohui frowns and reverses the stand, but I put a hand on his shoulder and gently shake my head. Don't go right now. It might be a personal matter for Ada. Zhaohui doesn't answer, but she doesn't move either. It is only when Ada leaves that I loosen my grip and let her rise. As expected, Zhaohui doesn't go after Ada. Instead, she fixes me with a cold look. Why did you just stop me just now, Commander? If this is a personal matter for Ada, butting in rashly will only make things awkward for her. The troop is about to put on their show. It will be better to figure things out and then ask Ada about it later rather than incur unnecessary trouble. This isn't the first time Ada encountered something like this. That dispute just now was very intense. If that man keeps bothering Ada, it might end up affecting the show. We still don't know the full picture yet. Bargaining thoughtlessly might only end up making things worse. In the contamination zones, there are times when minding your own business is not a bad thing. That's what Ada wants to, isn't it? So we frowns. Minding my own business. So this is minding your own business to you, Commander. I see. Zhaohui's expression doesn't change, but I can hear a hint of disappointment in her voice. However, this isn't the most sensible choice right now. If Ada objects, then I will not pursue the matter for now. But if it affects the coming play, I will not remain silent. In any case, I'll look around the area alone for now. I can handle things here by myself. You should head back to the campsite, Commander. It seems Zhaohui has made up her mind. I sighed, then turned to leave. We'll discuss it after she settles down. Happiness and dry mouth. I'm still not accustomed to talk to read for a long time, so my mouth gets dry pretty fast. And today is even worse because it's cold and it's raining, so it's high humidity and cold. By the time I return to the troops campsite, the stage at its center has begun to take shape. A group of people are gathered around it, and Ida seems to be in their midst. As I approach, Grossa turns to me from where she is standing on the edge of the crowd. Commander? What's going on here? Beside us rehearsing. Apparently, there was a recent revision to a certain scene. I look at the head of the crowd. While this is just a scene rehearsal, Ida's completely into it. There's no sign of tears she shed just now. Shortly afterwards, Zhaohui enters the campsite too. Ida is still performing, so Zhaohui frowns slightly before standing aside to watch in silence. Soon, the scene is over, and the audience erupts with thunderous applause. Wow, that was a great change. It's even more moving than the previous version of the scene. I bet our tour is going to be a great success. Alright, I'm happy that everyone's so confident about our tour, but I'd like to hear from our audience too. Ida steps out of the crowd and becomes to me and Zhaohui. Hi, you two. You saw our rehearsal just now, right? What did you think? It was very compelling. As for the fine details, Zhaohui, you got stage experience. Maybe you'd like to fill this question? I smile, then glanced at Zhaohui. She considered her words for a moment, and then begins to speak in an earnest voice. I think your performance was very professional. While I arrived later and only managed to see part of it, the girl solo that you played was lively and animated and very likable. Her final promise to her friends was very stirring too. I'm sure it would have won the hearts of the audience ending in the green zone. However, the delivery of some of the lines seemed a little bit unpolished. Further practice might be required. It sounds harsh, but that's high praise coming from Zhaohui. After hearing her words, Ada scratched her head bashfully. But that's what we expected, after all. The character was modeled after Ada. She was? It's nothing. Right, I need to check out my costume with the director. If there's nothing else, let's all go take a break for a bit. Miss Aida? Were you looking for me, Zhaohui? Upon seeing Zhaohui hesitate, I cut into the conversation. Zhaohui, shall we talk about campsite security? Yes. Wow, you guys sure work hard. I'll leave you to it then. Gotta head over to the director's office. Aida leaves and I ask Rosa to continue standing watch by the stage. Zhaohui face is as blank as ever. Saying internally, I approach her. What did you find outside the campsite? Thanks to your restraint, I didn't manage to find anyone suspicious. In that case, you shouldn't tell us the question Aida about it either. Commander, are you saying that you believe asking about the matter will be bad for Aida, or that it will affect your investigation of the Verjagers? Well, I said I was willing to work with you. I was upfront about how the investigation will take priority over protecting the troop. Currently, Aida's situation is not related to the troop, and working with you does not extend to interfering with the actors' personal lives. I do not wish to give rise to unintended consequences by doing so. In the Yellow Zone, supplies are not cheap, and while I don't know how Monsoon operates for a bounty hunter, minding your own business is an important principle for survival. Zhaohui falls silent, as though she hadn't expected me to state my position frankly. She frowns slightly, but in the end she simply fixes me with a calm gaze. Since you have decided to prioritize the investigation, I have a request of my own. I hope that you will not jeopardize the show for the sake of your mission, Commander. Of course, I have my principles too. I'll inform you if I discover anything unusual. I hope you will keep your promise, Commander. Zhaohui turns and leaves after saying to Skull's words. As I watch her go, I rub between my eyes in resignation. This misunderstanding is only going to get worse at this rate. Is there a way to soften Zhaohui's attitude? What would Monsoon Squad do when they have a dispute? Monsoon Squad. An idea springs into my head. I pull out the terminal and find the names Daiyang and Jianyu. I'm sorry, girls. It seems I'll need your help again. Let's continue. In the wilderness, a jeep races towards its destination. The doll in the front passenger seat leans against the window, idly rapping on the scratched glass. Bixies! Bixies, go faster! The commander and Zhaohui have walked on each other by the time we get there. The doll in the driver's seat stomps the gas pedal once again, but the only reply is the low humming of the engine as it strains under its weighty burden. Xiangyu, we have been driving at top speed for a long time now, and the faster than this jet will probably come apart before we even reach the campsite. After hearing the Yang's reply, Xiangyu pouts and curls up in her seat. Fine. Truth is, I just want to see the commander in Zhaohui ASAP. Heh, that poker-faced woman clearly tempted us to take a mission by herself. I can't wait to see her staring idiotically at us when we show up. Xiangyu, I know you're still mad about what happened back then, but the commander didn't ask us to come in order to make things worse. You don't want Zhaohui to truly leave Monsoon, do you? Heck no! Why else would we with rushing like this anyway? Okay, fine, big sis. I promise I won't get mad at her when we met later. I'll wait till she gets back to the Elmo before secretly thumping her a little. That's if she comes back at all. If we can convince her. We still have faith, don't we? She's on her way too, isn't she? Faith's never gotten along with others, but even she is willing to come to the Elmo. So there's no reason why Zhaohui wouldn't refuse either. We can't really say. After all, Zhaohui isn't an ex-Gryffindor. This is such a pain. Monsoon is still Monsoon and Elmo. And the commander is a really nice guy too. They have to choose between Monsoon and the commander. Why is Xiaohu making things so difficult for us? Indeed, perhaps this problem isn't just for us, but for all of Monsoon too. Interior of the little jeep is silent for a while. Diane frowns as she gazes into the distance, then floors the accelerator once again. Okay. Nice places on high races. So can clean 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Four. So eliminate at least 2 enemy units within the first 3 turns. Fairly easy. Yep. It's not even a question. Baila, Yoji, baila. Baila, Yoji, baila. This one, and dance again. Hey, yep. And this hit, this too. Yay. Here. And the spawner. Spawner light. It is a Fury afternoon, and the Talia's troop campsite is as boiling hot as you expect. The troop members hurry back at fort, rushing to set up the stage, rehearse, and prepare props. Zhaohui, Groza, and I are infected by this industrious mood and find ourselves taking part too. Suddenly I heard the sound of happy shouting from the distance amidst the sweltering heat. Commander, Zhaohui! Zhaohui turns and freezes up. Meanwhile, I turn just in time for a gust of crimson wind to slam into me. The impact is so massive that I lose my balance and stumble back. Ah! Look out! Just as I'm about to fall, a hand reaches out just in time to steady my shoulder. At the same time, the girl who's just glumped me barely managed to correct her posture and helps Zhaohui to stand me back up. Sorry, Commander. It was an accident. I'm okay. With my feet back under me, at least, I look at the girl before me. Her long twinkles are fluttering in the wind, and the smile on her face is so bright that it makes me feel happier just looking at her. I reflectively reach out and affectionately ruffle her hair. You came fast. Almost caused a speeding accident, in fact. It's just because I missed you so much, I didn't want to be apart for you for a second, Commander. And I guess I missed Zhaohui too. In any case, the moment we got your message, Big and I came here as quickly as we could. Isn't that right, Big Sis? Yang Yu and turns to Diane, who has only just arrived. We're not late, are we, Commander? And Zhaohui? There is an apologetic smile on Diane's face as she turns to the green-hued doll. Forgive us for acting hastily and coming here without informing you. You have nothing to apologize for. In the first place, decision-making authority was in your hands while I was away from the squad. Zhaohui remains calm even when confronted by the suddenly visit from the teammates. Yang Yu seems annoyed by this and gets some in Zhaohui's face. Wait a minute, why isn't your mouth wide open? Hmm? Aren't you the least bit surprised that Big Sis and I are here? I am surprised, but I'm not a tickle me so dull that open his mouth when you squeeze his tummy. Well, with that skin, that that will be that will be such an interesting experiment to try. Also, my motorik expression models only support opening my mouth to a limited extent. That's why you're so annoying. Because and I came all the way over and you aren't even reacting to it. Do you not care at all? Xiangyu. Zhaohui looks the Fu Xiangyu in the eye and shakes her head. It's not that I don't care, it's just that I guess why you came. As such, I have no choice but to accept your arrival and introduce you to everyone in the troop. Saying so, Zhaohui pulls Yang Yu and Dayan over and smiles faintly to the troop members who are getting around them. Ada, manager, everyone. These are Dayan and Yang Yu, my friends from my band. Like me, they have extensive stage and combat experience. Welcome! Are you the one who have been traveling and performing everywhere with Miss Zhaohui? Indeed. They were interested in the troops to come and play and insisting on coming by to help. Please feel free to tell us if you need anything over the next few days. We'll be in your care for the time being, everyone. Dayan smiles and bows. Upon saying how Dayan is acting, Yang Yu's face lights up with a smile too. Yep. Just let me know if you need any help. I can work, fight, and perform. Yeah, I can do kung fu, sing, and play the drums too. Oh, really? Miss Yang Yu, can I consult with you to find the points of fight scenes? It might end up useful in our play. Hey, of course. In fact, I can give you a demonstration right now. Empty space. There we go. Come on, this way. Yang Yu drags Saida off to the side and proceeds to give her an energetic display of martial arts moves. Diane shakes her head with a smile and as she watches Yang Yu antics. She really does go full throttle all the time. Still, there won't be any problems with blending into the troop now. Well played, Commander. I'm impressed. Zhaohui looks at me and her smile fades. Please forgive me. I did not simply want to cause any misunderstanding between us. I believe that we'll be able to get along better with the young around. And as for the future, thank you for your concern, Commander. Zhaohui interrupts me halfway through my explanation. I will carefully consider the future of Monsoon Squad. Headbutts. Confirm. Oh, another only text. 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then are only battles. Second female main character. It was all a misunderstanding, but the malice was extraordinarily real. Also, there's a slight tension between Zhaohui and Dayan and Yang Yu. It doesn't affect the excitement, and the show preparations are proceeding apace. The stage is finally complex by 4th day in the settlement. The troupe decides to conduct an internal test show that night. The music stops, replaced by enthusiastic applause from the audience. One by one, the cast members take their bows, and the director waves excitedly to the audience from the stage. And that's a wrap! A big thank you to everyone for making this test show of Daybreak's Oath a great success. Again, following the director announcement, the cast member gave their excitement to a group hug. As the lead actress, Ada is naturally in the center of the group. Ada, you were amazing! I didn't expect the changes finale to be so moving. Thank you everyone, but I shouldn't have done without you. Be it script revisions or in the later performance and joint rehearsals. I'm so grateful to have your support. Ada bows deeply from where she's standing in the middle of the crowd. The director comes over and pats her on the shoulder. Come on, Ada. No need to be modest. No need to be modest. We all know just how hard you have worked to make this tour a success. I'm sure Freddy's parents would understand the feelings if they were here. We have sent invitations out long ago, but I guess they won't be coming. Otherwise, they wouldn't. Ida sighs quietly and drops the subject. Then she instantly wipes her dejection away, like it had never existed, and smiles as she grabs Zhaohui and Yang Yu hands. That's right, Director. I've learned lots of interesting things recently while talking to the Monsoon Squad. For instance, Yang Yu Kung Fu moves looks really cool on stage. I was thinking that maybe we could work them into our next production. Wow, really? Yep, I still remember that super cool flying kick you showed me. It will be perfect for the fight scene. Also, just as Aida begins to act out a move with Yanju in tow, another shadow falls from the sky. Look out! Zhaohui pulls Aida just as a glass bottle filled with paint hits the spot where Aida was standing just a moment ago. The paint inside it is splashed out as the glass shatters into fragments, blooming into a lurid, savage flower. Before Aida can react, a second and third bottle sailed into the campsite, interspeed with a hail of stones and leaving streaks of paint all over the stage. Hey, someone's causing trouble! Diane, protect the cast and the commander. Yang Yu, with me. Zhaohui's voice remains in the wind as she leaps out of the campsite, landing behind the nearby wall. With lightning speed, Zhaohui subdues a suspicious man, hiding behind the wall without giving any time to respond. On her end, Yang Yu also grabs someone outside the campsite. Both of them drag the man to the center of the campsite. Despite being pinned down, they are still struggling and cursing. Who the hell are you? Let me go! Yeah, you're just a grubby crowd of actors. What right do you have to grab me? Get it through the six schools. Stop going around doing shows and get lost now before you mess up with more people's families. Shameless or harbor criminals. The lead access or whatever is a murderer. The rest of you guys are accomplices too. Shut up. Zhaohui knocks the ranting man out with a knife-handed strike. After seeing how his friend was KO'd, the other man shrinks away in terror. However, when he sees how Ida is not trying to stop this and in fact lowers her head in dejection, he starts cursing again. As the verbal abuse grows louder, Zhaohui scolds and takes out her knife, pressing it to the man's neck with a cold look in her eyes. Hey, let's talk this out. No need to get serious. Alright then, Tag. Why are you attacking the troop? We're hired. Our client only gave us money and told us to make trouble and mess up the show. And what's this about a murderer? I don't know either. The client just told us to say that. Ah yes, they got a grudge with a little lady. He said she. Before he can finish, Zhaohui knocks him out as well. She glances at Yang Yu and Diane, indicating that they should drag the two unconscious men away. Then she looks at me, who is standing aside in the distance. I instantly get Zhaohui, meaning I enter the crowd before giving the director a meaningful look. Miss Ada looks like she needs some rest. Let's end the rehearsal here tonight. Everyone should turn in early. We'll clean up the rest. After seeing the director nod, the rest of the cast and crew obligatorily disperse. Soon, the only people left in the once bustling campsite are the director, Aida, and the dolls. Zhaohui helps Aida take a seat and then squeezes her hand. Aida, can you tell us what happened before this? Aida's head is still lowered. She remains gloomy and silent. After seeing the state Aida is in, the director shakes her head and sighs. Maybe I should do it. If I'm not wrong, my guess is that the clients who hired the people to attack the theater were the parents of Aida's former friend, Ferris. A former friend called Ferris? Yes. Ferris was a good friend of Aida and an outstanding young actress. The truth is, she was supposed to be the female lead for the fake shows. Back then, Aida and Ferris joined the auditions for the part and they make it through both of them. Ferris was the female lead and Aida was the second female lead. Ferris and I would love to act. I still remember the day we met each other. Aida, who has been silently all this time, slowly lifts her head. She looks at her stage, but it seems more like she's gazing into the depths of her past. That day, I joined an impromptu drama competition. I was so lucky back then and nobody paid any attention to me. But by the time the competition ended, a girl ran over all of a sudden and praised me for doing such a good job. She even pointed out all the little details on my act. We ended up talking for a long time. She told me her name was Ferris, was Ferris, and that she wanted to become a pro actor, just like me. Ada smiles and she regards her past with Ferris. After that, we became good friends. At that time, all we had were bit parts, but no matter what role or scripts we were given, we would always rehearse them together so we could critique and further refine our act. Over time, we slowly became able to play supporting roles, and then we both made it through the auditions for Daybreak South and began practicing in the Yellowstone together, looking for cultural inspiration together, going on tour together. Those days were happy, but Ida stopped speaking as though she thought something, and her smile sounds bitter. 2 years ago, when Ferris and I were in the contamination zones together, we were attacked by the Barjaggers. The PMC assigned to protect us was taken up by the Barjaggers, and Ferris too. I passed out back then and was mistaken for dead, but a patient bounty hunter saved me. Everyone in the troop was heartbroken over Ferris. We had lost a great actress and a good friend. After that, everyone in the troop was grieving for her, and the lead actress role for Daybreak South sat vacant for a long time. Later on, I remember that Aid and Ferris had acted opposite each other and had her try out for the position. She did well, so we decided to permanently assign it to her. But I didn't expect that my decision would lead to a misunderstanding by Ferris' parents. They thought that Ada had gotten Ferris killed in order to become the lead actress. Did you not try to contact Ferris' parents? Oh, we tried many times, but Ferris' parents thought the truth was in on it with Ida and kept refusing to talk to us. Ida also tried looking for the Jaggers, but they never been easy to find, and the situation was very chaotic back then. With all the time gone by, we couldn't find any evidence at all. And that's how the misunderstanding lasted all the way until now. Yes, the truth is, Ida's been working hard to try and erase that misunderstanding. That is stored, Ida convinced me to change the script, and is sending as a memorial to Ferris. Frankly speaking, we weren't too happy about the change at first, but Ida went all over the greater inspiration and built on our experience as a scriptwriter before consulting me about it many times. And in the end, the altered script began to take shape. After we finished rewriting the script, we began preparing for our tour. Right after we finalized the show schedule, Ida sent an invitation to Ferris' parents, and you know how that went. Everyone present goes silently as they look at the glass shards and red paint scattered everywhere. Ida, is there anything we can do to help? Stay alert and protect the future shows. That's right. Since they have rejected Ida's goodwill, they definitely won't give up easily. Ida smiles bitterly and bows to everyone again. I'm sorry for causing you trouble. Ensuring the show takes place successfully is part of the request. You don't have to blame yourself for this, Miss Ida. Zhaohui helps up Ida. Uh, and Yang comes over to help her by the shoulders. Yep. Nothing's going to happen to the two with us around. I'll be counting on you all in the future then. It's getting late and I also need to take care of troop business. Oh yes, about those two attackers. Leave them to us. Mr. Hui, could you go easy on them? After all, it was because of me that. Relax, we'll know our limits. Several minutes later, the two hero attackers receive a stern talking to from Yan Yu and slink off, vanishing into the night. As I watch them fade away, I can't help but ponder the situation. So, they were hired then? No, it were like the people who tried to ambush Ada earlier. They are probably related to the Barjaggers too. Before the two men can flee into the darkness, I call out Grossa. Grossa, follow them and see where they are headed. Five more levels! Fillets and fill a defensive. Spec. I don't fucking know. Out in the wilds, a petite doll is racing through a herd of elites. She places shot after shot with little precision, driving away the elites that are surrounding her. Oh! Oh! Let me. Woohoo! The elite corpses ringing her are piled high like gruesome sandbags. Her gun is starting to heat up, but Faye shows no sign of stopping. Instead, she is counting the bodies on the ground. 7, 8, 9, 14. Still not enough. Again! Faye's cold, then leaps out to the slope of the elite pile. Another elite lunges at her as her gun is moving between targets. Faye whirls and throws her tomahawk, which cleaves deeply into the creature's throat. Yeah! Another body hits the floor. The impact shatters the collapsed crystal on the corpse, and the fragments land at Faye's feet. Faye quickly bends down to pick up the chunks, wipes off the achy stuff on them, and shoves them into their pockets. Let me, for a second. Okay. That's what you get for trying to ambush me. Soon, the greater elites have been all dealt with. Faye picks up the last collapsed crystal piece and passes her ballgame pockets. That should be enough, right? I ought to be able to get a present with this. Or is it? According to the art of human interaction, presenting a gift after meeting an old friend following a long separation is a sign of your sincerity. So does this mean I should collect more crystals? I still have enough time to kill more of these elites. Plus, the pieces will get worn down in the processing. It will be bad if I don't have enough. Faye looks up and gazes into the distance. A wisp of smoke curls into the air. It seems there's another relic back up ahead. She mounts on her motorbike and roars over the source of the smoke. However, as she approaches the smoke, Faye gradually realizes something's wrong. Wait, those aren't elites. The source of the smoke lies just over 100 meters away, but it isn't being created by the elites. Rather, it comes from barely modified Barjager vehicles. They seem to have found something, and several converted junkers are pouring fire on a small hill. It's the Barjagers again. Did they spread all the way over here? Faye ups the output of her visual models and misclick and tries to see who the Barjager target is. However, she can only make out several indistinct shapes amidst the rolling cloud of dust. Could it be some travelers who resident from the nearby settlement? Who cares? Those Barjagers are assholes anyways. I'll just shoot first and ask questions later. Faye revs her motorbike and rides into the heart of the dust cloud. Hey, over here! A good Barjager is a dead Barjager. Let's move! Here? Was graceful spin is critical damage increased by 10%. Okay. Mm-hmm. No. Well, that was bad. Passionate spin is... Oh, with the shelter one. Okay. Hit them. And Zhaohui can run over here. Running up the hill. Mm-hmm. Wait, was the okay? Fairly easy. To face surprise, the people surrounded on the hill are actually pretty good fighters and work well with Faye. So the Jaeger's convoy of modified vehicles is driven off. Faye brings her motorbike to a halt and runs up the hill, waving to the people behind the smoke and dust. You was alright? We're good. Thanks for your help just now. That surprise attack of yours was most impressive. You're welcome. You guys were pretty good too. Are you the hunters? I thought you were local res. As the people she's addressing emerged from the smoke, Faye's word catching her throat. You guys? Yo, Faye. Yo, Faye. Surprised to see us? See, Commander, I told you it was Faye. There's no way I will mistake anyone who looks and acts around with her all day long for anyone else. It's been a while, see CC75. I mean, Miss Faye. Yes, long time no see, Faye. I smiled and walked up to this doll I haven't seen in a long time. The years have passed and she has changed her outfit, but her brilliant red hair still burns like a fire, and the spirited look in her eyes hasn't changed a bit. I was looking forward to meeting you again from the moment Diane told me she had contacted you. I thought we'd met at the campsite, but I didn't expect to run into you here. Can we consider it fate that our reunion took the form of fighting side by side? Faye seems to want to say something, but she spaces out after hearing him speak. Her mouth hangs half open, and her face turns red as she struggles to find the right words to say. Commander, nice to see you again. I got a gift for when we meet again. I was planning to get a gift for you, but I haven't managed to get it to you yet. But I got the funds ready. Saying so, Faye reaches into her pockets and then she freezes up. Eh? Faye screams in shock and looks down at her pockets. Unable to believe her eyes, she feels around inside. Her pockets, which has been stuffed to the brim just a short while ago, were grazed by bullets during the fight just now. And the collapsed crystal she worked so hard to collect has been scattered everywhere, leaving only a few pieces sparkling forlornly in her hand. Who could this? My collapsed crystals? Faye? Faye clenches her fist in frustration, then grabs her head. It looks like she's struggling to keep control of her emotions. After a while, she looks up with a bitter expression on her face. I'm sorry, Commander. It looks like your gift will have to wait. Oh, cheer up. So you know about the skull of crystal you collected? So what? Just pick them all up again. I'll help you. What's important is that you meet the Commander again, not some present. Yes, seeing you here is what matters to me. I pat Faye's shoulder and try to console her. Faye has been on edge ever since we met. She, she hasn't said much, and what little she says comes out as nervous shuddering. What happened to her? I remember she was rather hot-tempered and Griffin, but not like this. Maybe I should ask her about it later when we get the chance. Thank you, Commander. I'm happy I'll be able to see you again, too. That's right. What are you doing here, Commander? It's a long story. You know about the troop, right? Someone caused trouble there last night and Grossa followed with them to another Barjager camp. Yang Yu and I came over to help check it out, but not longer after we met up, those guys went out for a walk. I see, and after this, you're going to... We'll be heading back to the campsite first. Grossa got a good picture of the situation here. I believe your teammates are looking forward to meeting you too. Once we return to the settlement, Yang Yu practically flies into the troop campsite. Big sis, Zhaohui, look who I found. Upon hearing Yang Yu's voice, Diane look up from where she is working by the stage. Faye! Diane approaches with quick steps, enfolding Faye and Yang Yu in a hug. Zhaohui walks out of an enemy tent, having heard the commotion. Faye, what are you doing here? Zhaohui reflexively glances at me, and I raise my hand defensively. It really wasn't me this time. I only just ran into CC. I mean, Fei. Zhaohui then turns to Fei, who walks over and punches Zhaohui on the shoulder. Dayan, give me the location. What the hell? So you can go off by yourself and nobody's allowed to follow? Uh, the previously happy mood in the air suddenly freezes over. Dayan sighs before walking over to the pair, taking a green color arm in one hand and a red color in the one in the other. There, don't get mad. We should be happy that Monsoon been reunited after so long. Yes, that's right. Hey, come over to help us. In fact, she helped us beat off a bunch of barjaggers just now. Don't miss a step, shall we? Ah, yes, face skill for amazing. Also, do you have anything to say to Monsoon Ensemble? Alright. Zhaohui presses a spot between her brows in resignation. I was hoping that this brief period of independent action will be enough to spur you ladies into calmly considering our future. Clearly, that plan has failed. That just means it was wrong. That just means it was the wrong thing to do. It's better to just be frank and speak up rather than having us all stay in our rooms by yourself being miserable. Isn't that right, Mrs. Faye? For once, I agree with you. Yes, I agree that face-to-face discussion is the best form of communication for Monsoon. Much like when you play a song, one must be in the center of really judge the audience reaction. Zhaohui, while this was a private commission, you're still part of Monsoon. Will you allow us to help you with this commission for the next few days? I mean, your business is Monsoon business. I'm sleepy as hell. Still sleepy. How long has it been? 2 hours and 20. I'm still asleep as fuck. Yeah, we'll help you out if Amira gives you another job next time. After seeing the sincerity in her team's expression, the coldness on Zhaohui's face seems to have faded. Zhaohui looks them in the eyes and nods. Alright. Alright. Stats, Sabrina and Zhaohui, of course. There are small battles yet. Several days later, inside the troop campsite, Monsoon Squad and Gross intensified patrols outside the campsite for the following days. Despite the little upset during the death show, the attack we feared never came again, and the troop enjoyed a rare few days of peace. It's a relief that the troop has been otherwise unmolested, but I'm hard-pressed to find a rationale for the Barjaga's actions. Could it be that the link between Barjagas and the attackers from the night was purely a coincidence? Was it truly just two layabouts with nothing better to do except a job from the underground? No, perhaps I need to investigate further. There must have been something behind the scenes that I missed. Once the afternoon rehearsals for the troop are over, I seek out Zhaohui. As she listens to my intentions for coming here, she puts down the probe she's checking and looks at me in puzzlement. So you intend to investigate the Barjagas to the camp? Right now? Yes, right now. I can tell something's wrong too, right? I turn to look outside the campsite. While things seem peaceful enough in the campsite, the settlement outside is nowhere as warm and welcoming as it was when we first came. In fact, it feels somehow deserted. Our audience is gone. That's right, the troop advertised this show heavily, so there ought to be more people here. However, it seems the Barjagar activity nearby has forced people who were planning to watch the play to abandon the plans. Commander, do you sense the change in the Barjagar's actions linked to how we stopped the attack on the camp that day? I can't be sure, but we would know the Barjagars are mixed up in this. And besides, the Barjagars have been scorched on the surrounding region, yet the settlement and the troop have been completely untouched. It doesn't make sense. I don't think it's because we rebel ourselves, and I don't think anyone would actually pay to invite those starving wolves here. Therefore, I need to head out there on foot to figure it out what's going on. And it's very likely the eye that is involved. I'll need to help with Monsoon Squad too. Understood. I can accompany you, Commander. Oh, me too. I haven't gone investigating with you in a long time, Commander. Yang Yu has appeared from seemingly nowhere and started his seat between Zhaohui and me, followed closely by Dayan and Fei who turned up in front of me. What did you just tell us you needed help, Commander? Yeah, Zhaohui would have monopolized the killing mission with the Commander if I hadn't secretly followed you. As I see the looks of anticipation in their eyes, I can help but chuckle, but eventually I harden my heart and shake my head. Ah! The barjaggers are still roaming around out there, so we need to leave someone behind to protect the campsite. Zhaohui and Yang Yu will follow me. The Yan and Fei will stay behind and protect the campsite. Woohoo! Understood. Fei and I will mind the campsite, but please be careful, Commander. As our jeep drives deeper into the wilderness, there's still no trace of the barjaggers. Yang Yu stares out of the backseat window for a long time, but she can't find anything. Bored, she begins tapping out a rhythm in the vehicle's frame. Yang Yu, mind your volume. Okay, fine, I'll stop now. After being reminded by Zhaohui, Yang Yu sticks her tongue out and grumbles under her breath. These barjaggers are such a pain. There's nothing of them anywhere. It's just a waste of time of your time, Commander. I can't believe we're spending our precious time off on those barjaggers. I'm so mad. After complaining, Yang Yu drives herself over the back of my seat. Still, I'm glad I got to go out with you again on a mission, Commander. It feels just like the old days. In fact, I can't help but wonder how nice it would be if the troop could just keep performing. Then, Big Sis, Faye, and I could just ignore the crappy agreement and stay free forever, right, Commander? The agreement, huh? Actually, Kalin sent me a secret transmission about a month ago, when I was assisting 404 regarding new change in the agreement. While quite a few of those have already returned to Elmo to chase encounters, I was planning to maintain the status quo for a while longer to avoid Elmo becoming a target once again. But after seeing the gloominess and the light on Yang Yu's face, and thinking about the pendant that Diane cherished so dearly, I find it hard to keep quiet. Perhaps I can answer for the world, but at the very least I can give them an answer. Commander? Actually, you can do that right now. You don't have to worry about that agreement anymore. Eh? Shang Yu draws and her eyes go wide. I sighed and then smiled as gently as I can. Just last month, the non-military forces administration secretly lifted part of the agreement restriction for various reasons. That's it was done in secret, so I didn't tell everyone because I didn't want to alarm certain people. Also, I'm just a penniless bounty hunter right now, so all I can do is wander the land doing jobs to make ends meet. It's a hard life. I don't care if you're wondering or not. I'm happy as long as I'm with you, Commander. I won't ever be a hardship for me. I'm sure Big Sis and Faye feel the same way too. Oh yeah, we'll go back and tell them the good news. I'm sure they'll be really happy if they know they can follow you again. Really now? I chuckled and then turned to look at Zhaohui. However, I realized that she's staring intently through the windshield, her face grim. Commander, Barjagger 6 ahead. Sighted ahead. Ooh, a camp with explosives. And Yang is already in the game. Why? Problem resolved. Zhaohui, catch up quick. We can wrap things up and share the good news with our new sister stoners. With our sister stoners. Not rush. Take care of the enemy first. I'm going for water. Go back in the beef. I'm back. Hi, back. How are you? Yeah. Start. How far can... Yeah. So... The moves. What was the troop score? Stability, offensive, area defense. And kills, this is back. to the left. Zhaohui advance. Zhaohui advances. And it's only... Oh no! There's still one more. At the left side. And it's over. Thanks to Zhaohui and Yangyu's combined attack, the ambush and barriers are soon driven off. We wipe out the remaining enemies along the way, but don't see anyone else around us. In order to verify the barriers tracks, we even pursue them all the way to the barrier camp we found earlier. However, the brightly lit campsite from that night is now completely deserted. It's as though these bandits were tipped off and vanished without a trace after shifting their area of activity. What's going on? Maybe they got scared by how we have been spanking them over the past few weeks and ran off. No, judging by the state of the camp, this was an organized withdrawal. So we missed them again. Let's head over to the other camp that Rosa found. We soon arrive at the other camp. However, the situation there is the same as before. Huh? Where did everyone go? When I came here with Cross and the commander just a few days ago, there were barriers patrolling around the area. Indeed, if they packed up and left in just a few days, then where did they go? I lean against the window and rub my forehead as I feel a headache coming on. Is there really nothing wrong with those barriers? In the past, exterminating barriers was not a difficult task. However, they seem to have become more cunning over the past 6 months. Their behavior was so during the request reflects that. They have multiple temporary bases, they have actively sent out people to take underground market requests, and they can never conduct organized withdrawals. I have a feeling that there's something wrong about all these chores in my mind. It's almost as though someone is directing these cross bandits from the shadows. Unfortunately, I have no clues or proof regarding them at the moment. Oh, don't be so down, Commander. Since they are gone, the troop and the settlement will be safe. You shall be happy, Commander. It goes for either, yes, but it seems the bounty that the Commander will receive for investigating the barriers is going to be much smaller than expected. You don't hold back at all, do you? Huh, you're right. I'm sorry, Commander. I didn't think about that. Still, there's no need to worry. Not that the agreement being loosened. Monsoon will help you out with missions as long as we get to stay on the Elmo. In short, you won't have to worry about starving with us around. Is that so? I'm looking forward to that. Hehe, me too. There's all sorts of fun stuff in the Elmo, and a lot of old friends. Well, not just a guy from Griffin, but lots of new friends too. We'll be able to make new friends too, right? Yanju tightens her grips on the steering wheel, and her eyes sparkle as she fantasizes about what the future holds. Zhaohui says nothing, only listening quietly. Man, I want to head back to the campsite now and see the look on Big C's and faces when I tell them that the agreement has been loosened up. Hold on tight, Commander. I'm putting the pedal to the metal. Yanju mutters about the agreement to herself as she speeds the bike back. Soon the jeep lurches to a halt. We're at the campsite. Commander, we arrived. Yanju early dismounts and runs up to the nearby Diane and Faye. The flurry of wheel gesticulation that follows tells me, even without hearing her words, that she's informing them about the agreement. Sure enough, Diane and Faye run up to me a moment later. Commander, is what Yanju said true? Is the agreement annulled? Strictly speaking, it was because the term had been loosened that after the previous assistant to 404 concluded, you were allowed to stay on Elmo. So, if you don't mind following me on my wanderings, you can come back to the Elmo and stay with me permanently after this contract is finished. That's wonderful. I've been looking forward to the day when I could officially join the Elmo. To the day when I could be returned to your side for good, Commander. The young strokes the pendant on her wrist. I... Me too. I'll follow you anywhere, Commander. Doesn't matter where you go. Musang Squad will always be... was always about traveling after all. Alright, since you're willing, I have no reason to refuse you. However, it seems your leader still hasn't chimed in yet. I looked over Zhaohui. She's been keeping her distance ever since she got down from the vehicle. Yang Yu and the others all look expectantly toward her, expecting Zhaohui to respond with a smile. The young expression is colored further with mild concern and worry. As expected, Zhaohui simply toys with the knife she's holding, her expression as cool as even as ever. We haven't reached the deadline for the suggestion yet, so my answer is the same as before. So you want me to join the Elmo? I will need to consider it. But I will not stop you. Huh? What's there to consider? The commander is super reliable, you know. You don't need to overthink this show for me. You know, I always been waiting for this to happen. The heart of Chile. The young stepped forwards and carefully bent the question. I never asked before, but is there some reason that you're reluctant to join us, Zhaohui? Zhaohui doesn't answer. She simply continues rubbing the handle of her knife. Upon seeing Zhaohui's reaction, I stayed inside. I probably won't be able to get the answer out of here today. After patting the others on the shoulder, I chuckled quietly. well, if she needs to think about it, then we don't have to press her for an answer today. The truth will be performing for a while. You can always decide once the contract is done. Mosin, cute as always. The week-long schedule of shows is slowly winding down. During this time, the Varjagras are still active in the wilderness, but they don't harass the troop again. The attack Ida feared does not take place, and the troops' performance receives glowing reviews. On the night before the final performance, the troops' campsite is brightly lit, and the members of the troop are gathered in the heart of the campsite, nervously preparing for the last show. When daybreak comes, I shall go with. Aida, mind your blocking. Sorry about that. Let's do it over. When daybreak comes, I shall go with the wind. Onward to a kingdom of the variable clouds. Aida, your delivery just now was too stiff. I'm sorry. After the second reminder, Aida stumbles a little as she gets to her feet. Even the most clueless actor will be able to tell right now. She's not in her right state of mind for a rehearsal. The director sighs and pats Aida on her shoulder. Relax. If you're not feeling well, then go and rest up a little. We'll go over the other portions first. Thank you. Aida nods to the director in gratitude and slinks away from the stage. Zhaohui rises from her seat in the audience and silently follows her. Miss Aida, when humans are bothered by something, they do feel better when they talk over the holes in the trees. So if there's something bothering you, why not try telling me about it? If nothing else, my color scheme is 70% similar to a tree hole. I figure I ought to be able to provide 70% of the functionality of one. What is with this cute dork? Aida freezes up and then carefully looks Zhaohui up and down before bursting into laughter. Miss Zhaohui, is this how you always comfort your friends? Not always, but right now he seems to be working. Thank you, I do feel a little better now. Upon seeing that the sadness in Aida's eyes has abated a little, Zhaohui walks over to the Aida's side. Are you feeling anxious about tomorrow's show? Yes, I believe Ferry's parent won't give up that easily. Miss Aida, I don't know what will happen tomorrow, but as an actor, your sole duty is to deliver your performance. Ensuring that the show is safe is Monsong Squad's duty. Got it. Thank you, Miss Zhaohui. I'm sorry for subjecting you to that terrible performance just now. No matter what happens tomorrow, I'll pair myself off and probably regret for it. Aida smiles and nods to Zhaohui, then turns to head back to the stage. Zhaohui watches Aida leave, noting the extra spring in her step. Attention is also the opposite. Hmm? Got a message. Wait a second. After the rehearsal in a corner of the camp, having confirmed that her various tasks and preparation are complete, Zhao is about to head back to rest when she suddenly feels a weight on her shoulder. Hehe, I'm successful. Big sis, Faye, come quick. Having managed to grab Zhaohui's shoulder, Yang Yu excitedly waves the other over. Soon, Diane and Faye have arrived, flanking Zhaohui. Faced with their ambush, Zhaohui raises her hand in resignation. I don't recall a pre-show celebration on the cards. No, it's not really a celebration. We just have a few questions for you. Faye rubs her head and her expression turns serious. That is to say, what do you think of the commander? Yeah. We were all in a rush when we came to help out the commander out, so you probably didn't have much of a chance to talk to him. But now, it's just us, Monsoon Squad and the commander. Plus, you have been with him for so long already. Surely you must have made up your mind about him by now, right? The last show is tomorrow. Zhaohui, no matter what you're planning to do, you sit down and talk things through with us before making your final decision. Yeah, I heard how you just up and left the Elmo without saying anything. I'm sorry. I was planning to make my decision after the commission was complete, and I could discuss things with the commander. I didn't think that I would cause so much trouble for everyone. Who said you're troubling us? Zhaohui, you're always so decisive about whatever most of the time. Why are you always hesitant now? We have known each other for so long, so you can just tell us if you got anything on your mind. Zhaohui, you can tell us directly if you had any doubts or questions about Elmo. After all, Monsoon has been through a lot over the past few years, and we have faced it all together, haven't we? Yeah, in the past, you were always the one to come up with a plan when we're in trouble. Now you got trouble, so you should tell us about it. We're a team after all. Thank you. I'll be frank then. It is true, I have some reservations about joining the Elmo. However, they are not related to the Elmo or Monsoon, but rather my past. Zhaohui looks down at the scars on her hand. A moment later, she looks up at the young. I want my choice to be meaningful, so I'm sorry, but I can't give an answer right now. The young steps forward and gently grasps Zhaohui's hand. It's alright, Zhaohui. We didn't approach you tonight to ask you to do anything. We just wanted to tell you that you have always been a great leader for all these years. Yeah, you might have it out for me, but you are actually pretty trustworthy as a squad leader. Monsoon might not even be here if it wasn't for your ideas. Yeah, I agree. I wouldn't follow orders from just anyone. So we can really hope that we can continue traveling with you. I hope so too. And I will also seriously consider the matter of our future. After noting that Monsoon Squad is almost done talking, I head over and knock lightly on an nearby pole. Sorry to interrupt, but I'd like to talk about the constant defensive posture for tomorrow. What do you have in mind, Commander? I believe the Barjaggers have not given up on the big fish that this troop represents. Those two attacks on Ida weren't coincidence, merely proofs. Yes, they were using them to determine how well the troop was protected. Indeed. While the mental image of disciplined Barjaggers might sound strange, if they were really planning on making a big haul, they would probably hold back until the tour was over and the troop's temporary guards were done. I don't want anything to happen to the troop after we leave. Rather than leave those Barjaggers free to threaten others, I'd rather look for a chance to put an end to the matter once and for all. Was this why you kept sending Miss Rosa out after the Barjaggers over the past few days? And here I thought you were going to mind your own business. Come on, it's not like Monte Hunters only have glass pieces on mine. And besides, I just want to. Bam, 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 bam. A series of gunshots and explosions will set the camps into my words and shatters the silence of the night. Run! It's the Barjaggers! The Barjaggers are here! Something came after all. Ladies, prepare for a fight. With the jeeps too? Faye was trying to clear the islands out. Let's eliminate the remaining enemies. How many? One at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6? I am missing someone. Or there are only 6. I lost no more than 10 units. Yeah. Come on, start. Baila, Yoji baila. Mada mada. Bossing can hit this one. Boom. And Zhaohui, I hope she can. Oh, okay. I know what to do. Yep. Huh, here. Go. I can't do this because this is within Vertals. I still don't know why Shonyu's works. Without considering the terrain elevation. The Barjaggers who attacked the settlement are swiftly beaten back by Monsoon Squad and Grossa's combined efforts. However, the campsite was caught in the crossfire, and much of the intricate backdrops on the stage are destroyed. Anything even remotely valuable in the backstage area has vanished. The campsite is in an uproar. The troop manager is frantically shuttling between the stage, the admin tent, and the costume racks, totaling up the losses while Monsoon Squad and I help her out. Just then, an actor comes over. Manager, it's bad. Hyde is gone. Huh? Tell me, be clear about it. What happened? The gas was on a headcount now, and we couldn't find Ida. After that, someone mentioned that they think they saw several Barjaggers going after Ida when the campsite was being attacked. And also, someone was guiding the Barjaggers. I think it was the people who came to cause trouble for us earlier. Wait a minute, are you saying the troublemakers from earlier were incitement for the Barjaggers and that Ferris parent hired the Barjaggers to attack the troop? No, I don't think so. When you consider how Ferris died, there's no way her family will hire the Barjaggers. The underground markets are chaotic and hard to manage. It's more likely that the commissions to cause trouble here was coincidentally taken by the Barjaggers. The Barjaggers needed an inside man. That's right. The tour was heavily publicized, so the Barjaggers have probably had their eye on the drone for some time now. The commission put out by Ferris family gave them the perfect excuse to sneak around the campsite without arousing our suspicion. But the Barjaggers actually do that. Don't they only know how to wave their guns around? That would normally be the case, but it seems that the Barjaggers have grown a brain over the past few months. Commission involving them have gotten harder and harder to complete as a result. While they're still fairly amateurish in actual combat, their ability to strategize does seem to have evolved a little. Damn it, then, what should we do now? A sudden ringtone from a com terminal interrupts the manager's words. The manager frowns and picks up. We instantly hear a girl scream from the other side of the connection. It lasts only a second and then the girl's voice cut off, replaced by a short-tempered voice. Heard that? Your lead actress is in my hands. Bring her ransom by tomorrow. I'm warning you now. Don't try any fancy shit with me or the chick dies. The call cuts off and the campsite instantly goes silent. But soon, a cacophony of voices erupts from all around, and panic swallows the entire troop. That was Aida's voice. The Barjackers kidnapped Aida. Director, manager, what should we do? Can we really trust the Barjackers? What if? Amidst the clamor, the theater manager walks over to me, a look of utter helplessness in her eyes, and tightly squeezing my hand. Please save Aida. We'll try to get the ransom together, but we can't let anything happen to Aida again. Alright, calm down, no matter what. Commander, allow me to handle the rescue. I have seen enough kidnappings to last me a lifetime. Those scum only know how to bully the weak and torment others. I don't know how people live in the contamination zones, but stepping in when I see injustice being done is how I live. And now that I have seen it happen, there is no way I can turn a blind eye to it. I know that, but please wait a moment. Don't get me wrong, Zhaohui. Calm down and listen to me. I managed to spade between my eyes, and I take in her guarded attitude and suspicions. Look like she's really misunderstood me. Then I shake my head and look into her eye. Zhaohui, I feel the same way as you. There's no way I will simply stand aside after seeing something like this. This has nothing to do with me being a bounty hunter. Let's say stopping you comes from my experience as a bounty hunter. I believe there's a better solution to this matter. The curtain raises. 2 more! Inside the darkened corner of the Barjagar warehouse, I secretly sleep as in razor blade out from between my layers of clothing. I remember the calm look on Zhaohui's face as she slipped it into my sleeve. I carried this blade with me all this time, just for a situation like this, when I'm trapped among the enemy. Since you're willing to take the risk, Commander, I'll give you this blade. The blade is sharp, so be careful not to cut your fingers when you retrieve it. I fell for the blade and take advantage of the fact that there's nobody there to cut the ropes blinding me. Soon, the ropes fall apart behind me, and I work my shoulders to free myself. As I took the little razor blade back into my thick sleeve, it nicks my fingertip, and coolness oozes from the point of contact. Ah! It's really sharp. I ignored the pain in my finger and fish out the micro communicator in my collar before calling Zhaohui. There is hardly any delay before the call goes through. The plan was successful. I'm at the Barjagar's warehouse. So your definition of success is pretending to be defeated and captured so that they can throw you into the warehouse while tossed up like a turkey. Hey, it is mindlessly charging in. Mindlessly charging in. This place seems like guarded, and the road work is sloppy. Look like these were Jaggers and very experienced. Oh yeah, your knife was really useful too. As long as you're safe. Have you found Ada yet? Yep. Ida's in another corner. I think she's fainted. I'll go wake her up now. Wait for my signal. How are you, Yang-Yu? Ready to move in on your signal, Commander. Alright. I hung up and quietly approached the corner where Ida's lying. Ida's face is pale as she lies on the cold ground. Her hands are tied behind her, and her tired body is curled up into a ball. I bend down and start cutting bones. Then I pat her shoulder before calling her name. Aida! Aida! Wake up! After a while of this, Aida weakly opens her eyes. Upon seeing me, she grabs hold of my sleeve. Her eyes go wide and filled with tears. Please help me. It's them. Zhaohui, Dayan, and Yang-Yu hide behind a pile of rocks, keeping a watchful eye on the nearby Barjagar encampment. Sound of merriment and occasional love come from within. It seems they are celebrating their recent victory. Yang-Yu boats in annoyance as she crouches by the rock pile, bored out of her mind. I'm so bored. Why hasn't the commander given the signal yet? Be patient. Eh? Weren't you about to butt heads with the commander yesterday? Why are you willing to listen to him all of a sudden? That was then, this is now. Yep. Yep it is. Zhaohui side does not believe the Barjagger campsite. Does not leave the Barjagger campsite as she delivers head flat reply. Ah, I get it now. You have realized how trustworthy the commander is, haven't you? Zhaohui remains silent, but then a command suddenly comes over the command channel. Zhaohui, go. Acknowledge. Entendido. We have infiltrated the camp and are poised to initiate an attack. What was the situation over there with the boss? Everything is currently going smoothly. Let's begin as planned. Understand? Yang Yun, the Yan, initiate the attack. Let's use the only other member of the monster squad. Wait. Baila, Zhaohui baila. Baila sin parar. Diane gets benefited more because of the attack, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't actually matter. It's so low level that it doesn't goddamn matter. What? Oh, there's two of them here. Okay, so I'll just go with Diane here. Boom. Boom. Stop here now that Diane has the key. And Shadow Strike to move here. And it's done in one turn. After sending the transmission to Zhaohui, I struck Aida to hide in the corner. I am sure Aida is well hidden and take cover behind a nearby heap of junk. My gun ready in case we're attacked from the outside. Soon, gunshots fill the air outside the warehouse. The gunfire draws closer. Someone kicks the main door and a familiar form rushes in. Commander! Aida! We're here! Zhaohui swiftly rushes over to our side, then nods to us. Yang Yu and Dayan are covering us outside. Come with me. There's a side path we can use to leave the encampment. No, we can't leave now. At least not like this. And what is the reason for that? I took a commission for Aida. Zhaohui raises an eyebrow. Time is tight. I'll cut to the chase. And just now, Aida told me that she recognized these Barjaggers. Yes, I did. Miss Zhaohui, I have seen them before. Aida eyes suddenly fill with anger as she tightens her grip on Zhaohui's arm. Her voice is trembling. Last night, when I was brought here, I saw their leader, the Barjaggers leader. Their leader he was wearing a necklace, I remember. That necklace was a birthday gift from her family. Ferris cherished it dearly, and she'd wear it everywhere. That's why I'm certain of it. He was the one who led the Barjaggers that attacked me and Ferris. Correct, and so Aida made a request of me. She wants me to wipe out these Barjaggers to avenge Ferris. I accepted. And now, Zhaohui, you have a choice. Are you willing to join me in clearing the nest of Barjaggers? Of course, it's going to be more dangerous than just escorting Aida out of here. For the first time, there is an almost imperceptible smile on Zhaohui's face. It will be my pleasure. Yay! So AoE, AoE. And she hit. She killed two persons. So let's continue and do the last one. It's almost 3 hours. Oh. How? So it's your old scrap metal causing havoc in my camp. Ah! Go everyone! Zhaohui, keep a tight watch on them and don't let them and one of this group escape. Understood. Two here, an overfaller with a hammer, and a Felagster Kisterbur on the far side. So it probably should go like this. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Till the one that's more far away and dance. Mm-hmm. And Zhaohui. I couldn't kill them in one turn, but yeah, fairly the same. If I just hit him, do I get the 6? Well, I have to teleport first. Zhaohui and I coordinate with each other and coordinate the barrier leader. What should we do now? There's no police station in the contamination zones. We do the 100 way. Either you hold your peace forever or you leave no regrets behind. Thought when it comes to scum like that, I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I spare him. Bah! A single gunshot fills the air, and the bulky man wearing a necklace slumps against the wall. Contract closed. I recover the necklace from the man and indicate to Zhaohui that we should leave. Zhaohui seems a little pleased with herself right now. Let's go. I turn and head out of the encampment. It's time with eternity, Suaida. 2 days after the Jaegers were eliminated, the Dahlia's troops campsite is abuzz with activity. Tonight, Daybreak South will be performing the settlement for the last time. Night has just fallen, and the temporary sitting is packed with audience members who have come here from nearby settlements. As the show progresses, the sounds of applause or sniffling come from seats, and when the final scene arrives, allies are on the girl in the stage who's illuminated by the spotlight. Sola. I'm sorry, my very best friend. Please forgive me for bidding you farewell. For last night, I received word from the goddess of dawn. She told me that when daybreak comes, I shall go with the wind, onward to a kingdom there on the faraway clouds. But my dear, beloved friend, fuck. I need to mute. Hello. Well, I'm back. I need to close this soon, so let's keep on going. Sola, but my dear beloved friend, do not be saddened by this parting, for you know that it has always been my wish to become the fine ray of light that illuminates the dark night. As she recites her lines, a twinkle of light blossoms in her hand. She holds up this radiant mode and descends from the stage into the audience seats, until finally she arrives before a man and a woman. And so from now on, so long as you see the sky at dawn, remember that ray of daybreak and know that I wish you well. Let this necklace be the proof of our pact, no matter where you may be, so long as you need it shall become as the daybreak and defend you. And with that, Aida gently lifts her hand and deposits Fairy's necklace into the couple's hands. Then Aida bows deeply to the two of them. I am so sorry. Zhaohui and I watched the end of the show from an unobtrusive corner of the audience. After seeing Aida finally embrace Fairy's parents, even Zhaohui's expression seems to have softened a little. A good ending, don't you think? It is good that the misunderstanding could be solved, and it was also good that you were willing to testify about the evil deeds of the Varjaggers. Otherwise, Fairy's parents would have found the tale hard to believe. So, does that mean our misunderstanding has also been resolved? Can you tell me about your reluctance to join us? Mm. Xiaohui is silent for a while, and then she nods. Before joining Monsoon Squad, I was used to traveling alone and dealing with any dangers I encountered by myself. But after becoming part of Monsoon Squad, Lei Yang Yu, and Fei become my friends. We travel together with the same wish in our hearts, just like Aida and Fairies. I once thought that Monsoon would keep traveling like this forever. While everyone kept talking about finding their commander, they were still limited by that agreement. So I believe that the day when they will do so far, so so I believe that the day when they would do so was still far off. Thus, I do not think much about what would happen once the agreement ended, or what would I do. So when I realized that there really was a chance for them to go to the Elmo, I I hesitated. If everyone else in the band chose to return to Elmo, then what about me? Xiaohui pauses for a moment. She runs her fingers over the knife and then looks at me. The member of Monsoon often told me about you and your shared past. So before I make my decision, I would like to know what made you walk this path of self-exile. To my knowledge, you were not compelled to become a wandering bounty hunter. Oh, me? I look up at the sky. Too many scenes from the past flash before my eyes. What exactly was it that made me choose my present course? I think of the flames from that explosion and that one-sided farewell. In order to give all of that some sort of meaning, I finally chose to sign the agreement, much as I loathed its terms and the fact that I had done so. As my emotion flies into disarray, I shake my head, and my gaze settles on the nervous stage. Perhaps it was for these people, Ferris, Aida, and the audience members watching the play, just like you. Perhaps I could have chosen better paying way of life. But if I had, I would always be talking and carrying out orders. By boarding the Almo, perhaps I could follow my heart and help the people who needed saving. But then again, maybe I just did it for myself. So, I'm sorry. I cannot answer your question, because I still haven't accomplished anything yet. Is that what you wanted to hear, Xiaohui? Xiaohui remains silent, and the night shows that poker face of hers. She looks down at the scars on her hand, and there is a vague sense of confusion in her eyes. Once I simply did as I was told, never questioning the rightness of my actions or the lack thereof. After that, I learned that I could choose for myself. And so you choose Monsoon. Not just Monsoon. When I joined Monsoon, I also choose the future I wanted. So, what kind of future will you choose now? Zhaohui looks up. She stares into my eyes, and the confusion from before is now gone. Let's get this. Mine. Commander, I am not like Dayan and the others. I have not experienced the death of fighting by you, Sergeant Griffin. That's why I cannot immediately decide to board the Elmo and follow you. But of course, I would like all those who join the Elmo to do so of their own free will. However, this commission has allowed me to get the measure of your character. And since my friends in Muslim Squad trust you completely, I think I can try to trust you too, Commander. In the past, I chose to travel with Muslim Squad. Now, I think I can choose a future of traveling with Elmo. Surely a journey with you should be a pretty good one, am I wrong? And with that, Zhaohui watches me quietly. Well, in terms of doing good and stopping evil, I thought to be pretty good. Upon hearing my answer, Xiaohu smiles, that barely visible smile again. And from now on, the tactical doll Xiaohui shall join the Elmo. Here's to your cooperation, Commander. It is late at night, and the bustling crowds are receded. The actors have cleared away their costumes and props and are now taking a break, leaving the campsite silent at least. Just as I'm about to return to my tent, I hear a familiar and gentle voice from behind me. Commander, do you have a moment? Diane, what are you doing here? Is something the matter? I came to return you this. Diane smiles as she approaches me. Then she extends a hand to me, revealing the intricate pendant in her palm. The thunderbolt-shaped symbol on the pendant gleams in the night. Ah, that's... My thoughts returned to a time several years ago. It was before I was officially reunited with Diane. A certain request had led to the Elmo traveling near the Green Zone. There I received Diane's signal. A blue ribbon broke by broke back by Grossa after she returned from a mission in the satellite city. Without news, without a message, we were separated by just a purification zone. These were the limitations imposed by the agreement and also a sign of Diane's care and concern. At Grossa's suggestion, I had her pass Diane the pendant. This was the keepsake that you had Miss Grossa give me. I still remember the words she told me that day. Bathed in light and rain, waiting silently amidst the storm, the blue-white flash shall one day be seen. That is the origin of the name Elmo, and so the promise you made with me. Is it not, Commander? I carried this pendant with me during our time apart. It got me through countless lonely days, when my thoughts were of you and gave me the strength to keep moving forward. Thanks to its existence, I always believed that one day I would be reunited by you, Commander. You're right. The rhinos don't have passed. Welcome back to Delmo, Dayan. I look toward Dayan, but just as I am about to retrieve the pendant, she suddenly pulls her hand back. She holds it in her palm, looking tenderly upon it, as though she was caressing her with her gaze. Hmm? Commander, the truth is, I have a request to make of you. Though now we're reunited, I have always etched the meaning of this pendant into my heart. If I might, could I continue to hold on to it? I will always cherish the spirit in which it was given. Still holding the pendant, the young gazes into my eyes, her face flushing into a faint pink. Of course, shortly afterwards, in the Elmo, several dolls who have traveled from afar are now gathered at the foot of the massive vehicle. The twin-tailed girl tugs on the hand of the blue-clothed girl, hopping around excitedly in front of the Elmo. I'm so happy, Big Sis. We have returned to the Elmo again. Oh yes, I didn't expect we'd be able to come back. And now our dear little Zhaohui has returned with us. Yep, Monsoon is back together again. Is it really alright, the agreement? Relax, the commanders say that our friends in the non-military forces administration, namely Miss Kalina, will help us take care of it. We don't have to worry about the paperwork. So let's enjoy our reunion with the commander. Wow, is that commander going out? I'm feeling so nervous all of a sudden. Well, that's unusual. You think the day will come when Monsoon Bistromer is blushing? Well, so hui, you're still making fun of me at a time like this. I was simply trying to add to the mood, and an opportunity presented itself. But I guess it worked pretty well, no? With a wow, Yang Yu runs to the Elmo, and Dayan follows in resignation. Faye strides into the Elmo too. Zhaohui walks at the back of the group at a leisurely pace. What's the future hold for the Monsoon Squad? Zhaohui looks up at the person on the Elmo who's waiting for them. Perhaps he will give her the answer. And that's the end of the story. Confirm. I would have loved to do the supply missions right now, but I have to go in fade a bit, so I think I will leave it. I'll leave it at this point. So, well, I have to do this pop, all of them, but at least I will try to have at least one, to do at least one, so I can farm every day. And then when the challenges are completed, I can play again. I can come back to play. So let's leave it like that for now. And it is my time to say goodbye. So to whoever's watching, whoever's listening, and whoever cares, thank you. I have been Equinox Eternal, and this has been another fairly not so well, normally lucky stream of Gears Online 2 Exilium. Bye bye.